710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! Got your baseball card all squared away, Jorge?
Yeah, gracias.
Got a little pack of baseball cards in my Easter basket, DeMarco. It's very exciting. Very exciting.
I didn't know heel started with a G.
Yes.
Heel. Is that where that whole thing started?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
We didn't know how to pronounce it, and I was saying it one way, Jorge was saying it the correct way, and I got frustrated.
We got it squared away.
Yeah.
We're ready to
It's
go.
not Johnny Gill, it's Johnny Heel.
Yes,
For
exactly
new edition,
right.
Johnny
or,
Heel.
Or Luis Heel.
Luis
in this
Heel,
case.
yes.
Luis Heel. Yeah.
It's Travis.
Yes, indeed.
up?
How you feeling?
Well,
How was
I'm
your
all right.
Easter weekend?
Good. A lot about family. Saturday had a birthday party for two friends of mine. They're both doctors, all their doctor friends. Man, ER doctors can party.
Oh, yeah?
Woo! I didn't know this. Did you guys know this about ER doctors?
I don't
did
know
not.
many, so
Okay.
I don't.
My cousin is an ER doctor. Now I'm going to have to
Ask
check in
him.
with her and and
apparently-
see how she likes to roll. I know
it's
she
a
likes
thing.
martinis.
They go, they work, they can do 17-hour shifts to the point to where they're wired and exhausted at the same time. So when that shift ends or whenever they have the day off the next day, that is party night. So it was a birthday party for a doctor, and they brought all their ER friends. Bro, I had to leave Koreatown at like 1 a.m, tail between my legs.
Oh, they ran you out, huh?
Ran me out, and it's midnight, and I mean, I should
And
be
K-Town's
hammered.
a fun place to party, too.
It is.
Yeah.
I should be, as the amount of alcohol we were drinking, I should be messed up, and I'm not.
Yeah.
And they're just getting started.
What were you having?
Anything, but what's the, oh, God, soju.
Soju.
To
Love
start.
soju.
Went into
I've
tequila.
never had it.
Went into vodka.
Okay.
And then they started partying.
Oh, that's when the party got going.
And spared no expense. Yeah, ran me out of Koreatown, which is hard to do. Yeah, so that was fun. And then Sunday, Easter, all good stuff. Yeah.
DeMarco, if you like this, the idea of the ER doctors party, you should watch the show The Pit.
That's what they said.
And you can realize why they need to party, because that show is apparently incredibly accurate while also being incredibly disturbing at
That's
times.
what they said. Everything, it's like it's one day of their life in this show.
It's
like
real
15,
time.
It's 15
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
It's like 24.
Yeah.
Where each episode is an hour in that shift.
And they got some pictures. Okay, ER doctors have some pictures, and that's
No,
all
thank
I'm
you.
going to say.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
not interested.
Bro, LA is wild.
Nope. I don't need
Stuff
medical.
gets stuck where it shouldn't be stuck. Yeah, and they got pictures. A lot of them every day. Okay,
I hope my
LA
doctor
is
doesn't have my
wild.
pictures.
Huh?
I hope my doctor doesn't keep pictures
I
of
was
me.
hoping, I should have known better that if this is where you were talking about it, that this is where we're going to end.
No.
I thought you were talking about like terrible injuries, like a broken ankle
That
or some
too.
gross
Like the
stuff.
beginning of Pit, there is a scene in which a
That's
doctor
terrible.
faints,
That's
and that
not
was pretty
good.
bad.
Susan likes that show.
Degloved
She
is what
says
they
it-
say.
No, that's the worst medical phrase in existence. Is
Yeah.
getting degloved because it's exactly what you think it is.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no, I don't want to be degloved.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty awful.
Oh, and I broke
But
the streak.
thank you to our
I had
medical
meat.
professionals.
What did you have?
I had Korean barbecue. I could not say no. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm putting the pieces together. You were just saying a minute ago that your stomach was a little upset.
I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. It was cool.
So did it kind of the dam break? Are you back in on meat
I'm
or
all right.
just a one-timer?
I'm still processing. Let's just say that.
You're still
I'm
considering your
processing.
decision process?
But it was good. It was fun.
of course
Could
it
not
was
say
good.
no.
It was Korean barbecue.
Yeah, a place called 10, and they took over the whole like half of the restaurant. I'm telling you, these ER doctors can go.
Nice.
And they kept showing up. Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, my God.
Excellent. How much barbecue did you eat?
I ate a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your money's worth?
I didn't see a bill all night.
Well,
That's
even
what I'm
better.
saying. These doctors know how to go.
Even
Yeah.
better. Roars to you, Em.
Roars.
How was your week? How was your Easter weekend?
It was good. I consumed a lot of media per usual. I was absolutely emotionally destroyed after last night's The Last of Us, and so I had I had sad/scary dreams last night. That's how invested I am in that show. I'm not spoil anything, but
Okay.
it was a lot.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
How was your Easter?
Oh, I rested, my friend.
Yeah?
Oh,
Good
yeah.
for you.
It was my father-in-law's birthday on Friday, And then Brenda had to do something with her parents on Saturday, and I decided to stay home. And then Easter Sunday, she wanted to go back to her families, and I decided I'm staying home.
Oh,
so
you got some Jorge time.
Exactly.
Nice.
So
excellent.
One day, it's cool, and then my mom calls, like, hey, it's your brother's birthday. He's turning 19 today, so you should stop by.
Happy birthday to Randy.
No, thank you. Happy birthday, Randy. So then I
Feliz
called.
cumpleaños.
So I called Brenda. I was like, hey, I need you home now because, they wanted us at my mom's real quick. So we spent a couple hours at my mom's. And
Nice.
Drove home.
That's
good.
I see
That's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Are weekends getting shorter? It seems like it. Yeah. Are there?
They're
40
not getting
hours?
longer.
Yeah.
Every not getting long. Well, when you go,
Do they shop 8 hours every weekend?
when you go deep in K-Town and barbecue and soju, the time does tend to fly by.
No, downstairs, our guy Alex, he always says, good day every day, happy Thursday, happy Friday. And I said, you know what's bad about Fridays? He goes, what? It's that much closer to Monday. And doesn't it, right?
It goes quick.
It goes fast now.
It goes quick for sure. It is, speaking of, a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to Game 1, Lakers Game 1. Hopefully bouncing back at home tomorrow night. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly.
Yeah. How are you feeling about it? About the Lakers taking one on the chin?
So they got their asses kicked.
They got tattooed.
Yeah, they got beat.
Who's surprised?
Well,
I'm surprised it got blown out, kind of like that,
No.
or like beat that badly.
I'm surprised that nothing was. The only
the
thing that was a
playoffs.
genuine surprise to me was that Austin Reeves was as bad as he was. That's the
really?
only thing that was a real surprise because he's a really good player and he had a very bad night.
Well, not a surprise. It's a disappointment. But look, the Timberwolves.
You're not surprised that he was that bad?
The T-Wolves play D, man. This is how they got here. This is why they're here. So no shock. And I went back and looked. All these games are blowouts except for one. The Warriors and the Rockets
and the Clippers Nuggets
and the
went to
Clippers.
overtime.
I mean, they were all lopsided. They're all weird.
It's a 7-game series. It's one loss. It's not the end of the world. It's a disappointing loss. But this is not a, oh my God, what are they going to do? It's a, hey, there's some stuff.
There is. What are you going to do? I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Like, how in the world are you going to get some guys going? How in the world are you going to figure out this defense? But not like, oh my God, what are you going to do? But I am curious as to what JJ is going to do. Right. I am curious as to how he's going to make some moves. Like, what moves are you going to make?
I think that's really interesting. Yeah. I think that a couple of things that were. You can kind of shrug your shoulders and go, okay, they had a good night. But there are a couple of other things you're like, we're going to have to. I think Austin Reeves having a bad night is it's a bad night. Keep it moving. Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels making 75% of their three-point shots. They went 9 of 12 collectively. That's not going to happen. You're not going to shoot 75%. They might shoot 40%, which would be enough of a problem in itself. That is something that, show me again. Show me.
If they do that and keep that up, they're going to win a championship.
Yes, DeMarco, I agree. If they shoot 75% from 3 points, they will win the championship.
If they do that, right. It probably won't happen. But if they do, then
70.
So be it.
75%, yes, they will win the NBA title.
You got
if you make 3 out of every 4 shots you take,
that's
yes,
new hand of God. If that works,
that's what I mean. That's not going to happen. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be 42 or 43%, which isn't totally out of the question. Then they're still in big trouble.
I don't know why this is, and Michael Thompson, somebody told me, Michael Thompson has labeled Naz Reid Naz 3'd against the Lakers. Now I see why. Either he hates the Lakers or he wants to be one. Because every time he plays the Lakers, he just plays lights out. But I don't think that will carry over.
I don't either.
But it could be a problem.
They had 48 points between the two of them. Between Reid and McDaniels, they had 48 points. Mm-hmm. That's unlikely. Now, Anthony Edwards was really good, but he didn't light it up either. He was more of a distributor as much as anything else. He was terrific.
He was the best player on the floor.
No question about it.
Yeah.
He absolutely was, but it wasn't like we have no answer. He just kind of took them apart.
Yeah, he did what he wanted. He got to his spots, and he made them pay for having to collapse on him. I mean, that's what greats do. That's Jordan. That's what Jordan used to do.
Yep.
I'd make you pay. You can't guard me with one. You're going to have somebody, and I'll make the right read over and over again. And they didn't miss. That's the issue. Look, losing game 1, not the end of the world. If you go back and look at last season, the only team in the first round that lost game 1 and won the series was Luka and the Mavericks. They've been here. This is not time to panic.
No, it's not.
You should not be surprised they beat you in game 1.
It's not time to panic. It is time to kind of buckle down. It's time to, all right, let's figure out what didn't work. And this is, I think, where the pendulum kind of swings back to JJ's side. Like, what are you going to come up with? And how are you going to find a way to deal with Anthony Edwards? How are you going to find a way to make sure that they don't get, because it wasn't just that they shot, the Timberwolves shot the ball well, which they did. The vast majority of the looks they got were wide open. That's the part that you're going to have to do a better job with. You're going to have to find a way to make them work harder on offense, because the Laker defense was non-existent.
Okay, so that's the thing. This is where I said, JJ, how are you going to react to this? Because all this stuff is predictable, especially Austin Reeves or guys struggling against. Against them. Your only offense, your middle quarters were just bad, and the only thing that got you going was LeBron using his physical strength. It's nasty. You're going to have to get in there and be dirty against them. So. But the one thing that you can say, hey, JJ, this is where you need to be better, is starting the game a little bit faster and harder. It seemed like they wanted it a little bit more than you did. Absolutely.
No, I didn't think so.
They came out physical and bang.
The only part where the Lakers looked good was the beginning of the game.
Luka looked good. Luka looked good. That's
what
Luka was bailing you out. Yeah. They were taking it to you, and then it started to roll over you. So come out of the gate a little bit better. I think you, like you said, you eased into a street fight and got punched in the mouth.
I thought it was really because the JJ quotes were weird. Did you see I don't know if it was at the end of the first half or at the beginning and the end of the third quarter. I forget exactly where it was, but he said something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing here, that this isn't a schematic thing. This is us going in there and competing kind of thing. And
come out of the gate fast.
I think, but it was late in the game. He kept saying, because I think the question, the prompt was something along the lines of, what do you guys need to do better to slow down the three-point shoot? Something like that. And the response was, this isn't schematic. This has nothing to do with scheme. This has to do with us doing what we need to get done. And he was implying effort. But then after the game, he said the effort was good, but they weren't ready for the playoff kind of physicality that they brought. Those two things didn't seem to me to jive. They're opposites to me.
If you and I are competing, and I'm more warmed up than you are, I'm going to be quicker to the spot. Or if I'm mentally more warmed up than you are, I'm thinking faster than you, I'm one step ahead. That's what it seemed like. They were physically and mentally just a step ahead of the Lakers. And by the time you woke up, it was too late. Or you fought back, and you got back in it. But then they just pulled away from you and built that lead up to 27. But, yeah, it's not schematic. There's nothing you can fix with a board. I mean, that's by watching tape.
They're going to have to fix something defensively. They're going to have to find a way to at least make those shots more contested. Whether they go in or not, time will tell, but way too many open looks. And then there's one other very large problem that is completely unfixable until next season. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Sellers Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about PrizePicks, my absolute favorite app. Download the PrizePicks app, use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. You've heard that before, but let's talk about this. Now that the basketball season is over and we're pulling into the postseason, do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away, and starting with the play-in round, which is going on, every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes-Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the PrizePicks app, and this could get you and a +1, so you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship, okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. Prize Picks, run your game.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Bounce back. I'm about to bounce back. It is a Kings playoff game day here on 710. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's game at Crypto.com Arena as the Kings take on the Edmonton Oilers. Just listen for your cue to call, and when you do, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you will be at Crypto.com Arena tonight. And be sure to listen to the call coverage starting at 6:30 on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Jorge, that was so weak. What was that?
They got to bounce back.
I like
Lakers.
that.
Come on,
bounce
bro.
back. I like that. That's
about
dope.
to bounce back.
I love Jorge the DJ.
And go Kings go. They won't need a bounce back.
They'll get the 1-0 lead, right?
Yeah.
Talking with his fingers.
And
Yes.
it's cool to have both like the home games at Crypto back-to-back nights, or not back-to-back nights because the Lakers played on Saturday, but it's really cool to have home court nights.
Back to back to back. It'll go Kings, Lakers, Kings the next 3 nights.
I always love the time-lapse videos of them taking down the court and putting it back up.
That's always mesmerized
Isn't
me.
it cool?
That is I know that they've had this technology for a very long time, but every time it's like, wait, that was a basketball arena 6 hours ago, and now we're playing hockey?
Crazy.
It's
I know.
bonkers
Love
to me.
it. I always wanted to be on the field crew for baseball.
Yeah,
I never got to do it. I want to do that.
So I've never done it at like a nice place, but when the kids were in like Little League, doing field prep is the sweet spot.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Because it's
dragging the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose,
love it.
Dragging the field,
I meant when you
got
to bring out when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh
I've
no!
always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over by the tarp.
It happens occasionally where somebody stumbles and they just. By the way, that would be terrifying. Being stuck underneath that thing, right? Because that looks like it's heavy, right? That's not like a piece of Saran wrap. That is a heavy duty piece of
stuck.
Vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have to bring out
really
the Rambo
scary.
blade. Sorry,
yeah, I
out
would
of here.
not be. I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Wow.
Did you enjoy WrestleMania?
No.
No.
Why? Why bring me
what
down?
was weaker, my rejoin or WrestleMania?
No, your rejoin was cool. I mean, WrestleMania. It was just sometimes it just doesn't pay off like it should, and there's a whole build, and it just leaves you flat.
It was uninspiring.
Kinda, yeah. I don't like.
Why is it so bad? You seem bummed out.
I don't like where the stories were headed. There were some good wow moments, like the triple threat match, the intros that got my hair going. Paul Heyman making the turn.
That's the little ATV thing you were talking about?
No, that's Stone Cold.
Okay.
Paul Heyman is like the manager extraordinaire. He's the mouthpiece of, like, he's the Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Okay.
The modern day
what
version
does
of that.
making the turn mean?
He turned on a guy and left with. He walked one guy to the ring and left with another.
So he was Don King.
Yeah,
okay.
Stepping over a dead body.
Don King was I'm leaving with the champ.
Exactly.
No matter what happens, I'm leaving with the champ.
But in this world, like, Don King got in the ring and hit the other guy with a chair. Okay. You're right. That sort of stuff. That was drama. It was just kind of flat. I mean, I always say this, like, I will never watch this again.
Oh,
I'll
yes,
be back.
you will.
I know.
Yes, you
I'll
will.
be back tonight. I'll watch it. Yeah.
You'll be back.
Yeah.
They've got you. Sometimes stuff gets you, and even when you know it's not going to be exactly what you want, you're coming back.
Is it like when a finale of a season of a show is just not what you live up to, but you're still going to come back to it? Like, season 2 wasn't great, but season 3 is going to be awesome.
I'm trying to think of like The Sopranos we just kind of fell off a cliff and it was angry. Like, what the hell was
you mean
that?
The ending?
The ending. Game of Thrones.
Confusing, yeah.
I guess
there could be really good seasons with a bad season finale, but you're like ready for the next season to come around. Like, I'm gonna be bought back in next time it comes around.
I guess sometimes it just seems like they wrote themselves into a corner. And
I'm not even trying to be funny. Did they get new writers?
Triple H is in charge now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the son-in-law.
Does he write the jokes
He's
or
got
the storylines?
Well,
or
he's in charge of creative. That's the guy.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's kind of his world.
He needs to get a better creative team.
Do most people agree with you,
Can't argue with that.
Or are you kind of on the outliers? Are most people like really happy because it looks like John Cena's the champion? So, like, people like John Cena, right?
Well, you kind of knew that's the thing about wrestling. You kind of knew he was going to come out of Mania with the belt. It's just, I don't like how we got there. And it was kind of like underwhelming how we got to that point. And now what? It's like, this is not how it's supposed to go.
So there's another WrestleMania next spring?
Of course.
So every spring is WrestleMania?
We'll be building again.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's okay.
So is this like the Super Bowl of wrestling?
Pretty much, or the Daytona 500.
Okay. So we open with the big event.
It's either the crescendo. It could be like this. This was the end of the line for certain stories. Like Roman Reigns, his storyline is over.
Okay.
That whole bloodline thing is probably dead. That's part of that Paul Heyman thing. So now it's, what do we do with Roman Reigns? Like, how do we cheer? What's he going to be? And usually we get a rebrand. This is kind of like when The Undertaker was doing the Dead Man, and then all of a sudden he came back as the American Badass. Like, for a while, The Undertaker doesn't talk. He has a manager that speaks for him.
Okay.
And then he came back as the American Badass. He couldn't
he changed
shut
his
up.
name?
Absolutely.
Oh,
changed his brand,
love
changed
that.
everything. So how do we deal with that? So there were some cool things, just kind of disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
What's next? Royal Rumble? Or so how does
we
this
start
work?
Raws tonight.
Okay.
we'll
then
start
after that,
again.
what's the next big pay-per-view thing?
I've never understood, like, to your thing.
Yeah.
Like, you mentioned the Daytona 500. Starting with your biggest event has always been confusing to me. Like, you'd want to build to your biggest event. Like, not, here's our best thing, and then we're going to have this slow ebb into whatever it is we have left. That's right. You don't open with the Super Bowl.
So you're opening with Cena as the heel with the belt. So that's kind of the open from there. And then there's the ending, the Super Bowl reigns. So it's sports entertainment in a nutshell.
I'm sorry you're disappointed.
It happens. Games fall flat. You're expecting a war in a boxing match, and it turns into more of a pitter pat thing. It happens.
Yeah. All right. Better luck.
I hope it's not a pitter pat with the Lakers. That's all I'm hoping for.
Well, here's the thing that I think that the Lakers. I still think they're going to win the series. It was a disappointing open to the series, but you got LeBron James and Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, and LeBron and Reeves will be better. I'm not concerned about them being better. They will be better, and I think that Minnesota will kind of come back to what they more typically are, which is pretty good. I'm not trying to say that they're not good. They are good, but I don't think you're going to get blowouts like this. But the one thing that you look at, you're like, ooh, that's a problem. They can't get any rebounds. They on both ends that Minnesota got a bunch of second and third chance opportunities, and the Lakers would take one shot and that was it. They either made their shot or they didn't. And the Lakers aren't like small. Like the Warriors are kind of small, right? When you watch the Warriors last night, they have a smaller group of guys. The Lakers have big wings, but they have no size in the middle. Jackson Hayes barely played in game one, and they got murdered on the boards.
Timberwolves are big. And
murdered.
The thing I'm worried about now is you've given really about the T-Wolves, and I think everything you said is right. I think they're going to come back to earth shooting. The others of the T-Wolves, they can't shoot like that. If they do, they'll be champion, and so be it. But the thing I worry about is you've given more confidence to Anthony Edwards. He beat you.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Can you have more confidence than Anthony Edwards already had? That's the most confident man I've ever seen.
See, I think we have, and some people, and maybe it's because we're in the shadow of the Lakers, we have Luka and LeBron. We have kind of done him a disservice because he could actually be the face of the league. He is that good.
He's that good, but he's got to win something before he can be that. But yes, he's that good of a player. But he has a level of confidence that is literally Kobe level, Jordan level. There's not a single moment where that guy doesn't think he's the best player on the court, no matter who else is on the court.
And he was out there basically unopposed, and I mean, he was taking shots at your guy, and basically saying, "There's nothing your Luka can do against me. Like you think he's the guy." Watch me.
Yeah.
And so he got the big win. He's sky high. So the next time he's in the air, he may not defer to his teammates. He may just take over the game.
Well, that could potentially, honestly, maybe work in the Lakers' favor.
I hope, unless he's missing.
Because what he did in game one on Saturday night was the scariest thing, where he could get a bucket when he needed a bucket. And he could make a three when he needed to make a three, but he also got everyone else involved. He was a very smart player. He was the best player on the court. Like you said, it wasn't close. That if he just decides that he wants to go tit for tat with LeBron or Luka, I think that actually works in the Lakers' favor.
I would hope so, and I'm sure people have said that about all the greats, and I keep bringing up one guy because I think he's most comparable, is Jordan.
Yeah.
And you say that, okay, that's fine, and then he puts 63 on you.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, when you're running around unopposed to where you're having fun, it looked like he didn't even sweat.
He had a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Like they're really that game. If he plays like that, and again, Minnesota is not going to shoot 50% from behind the arc, but they don't have to. If they shoot 40% from behind the arc, they still win that game.
Right.
So the Lakers are going to have to play better defense. They're going to have to find a way to do better on the glass. The Anthony Edwards, if he's like that, they got a problem. I think they can do a better job. You're never going to shut him down. You're never going to make him be a non-factor, but they need to get more from everybody other. Luka had a nice offensive game. He wasn't great on defense, but then again, none of the Lakers were.
No.
Reeves has to go from whatever that was to way better.
Okay, you got a
LeBron
big
was
challenge.
pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of guys that can step their games up to the normal levels, and if Minnesota comes back just a little bit, they don't even have to cool off to be cold.
Yeah.
The Lakers were, if we're just, Minnesota put together an A-level game, right? An A-plus level shooting. The Lakers had a C- to D+ level game, especially on the defensive
end. They got their ass kicked.
So if those two things both come back towards where they more normally are, I think the Lakers are in a pretty good spot.
I'm trying to relate. How do you relate this to like Austin Reeves, and he's been a co-star forever, and finally gets a starring turn, and the movie turns out bust.
Yeah,
because they came after you on defense.
He was bad,
and that's going to affect you on the other side. So
he that was the worst game I've seen Austin Reeves play in a very long time.
Well, I mean, they're coming after you. And they made no bones about it. And in the postseason, they're going to keep doing it until you stop it. So that's either JJ or you're going to have to put on bigger pants.
Both. I think
one or the other. Yeah.
And by the way, I have confidence in both of those things happening.
I hope so. We'll see.
I have confidence in JJ getting into the film room and figuring some stuff out, or at least having a different game plan.
Well, it's a challenge. Yeah.
And Reeves is not going to be that bad.
Well, no, I mean,
game.
And that could have been part of what JJ was talking about. There's nothing I can help you with. This is a you thing, and that happens when you get to those moments when the intensity rises. And it's so funny that as a player, you're looking out, and the sidelines become a wall. It's like they can't help you. It's you and that dude. It's either he's going to kick your ass or you're going to lose.
Lakers had
or vice versa.
No bench.
Well, you're going to have to come back. Yeah, I know.
I do think that Austin Reeves might not wear a wire ever again because he was mic'd up during the game.
Mic'd up? Yeah.
I think he will never do that ever again.
I bet there's some good stuff on it, but not the way
not
he
what
likes
he
it.
wants to hear.
Yeah, I think it's good stuff in terms of I can't get a freaking shot.
I think this is a compliment.
Oh, damn! Look out! Help!
I really didn't think he had that game in him anymore. And that Austin Reeves could be a complete, oh, boy.
Oh, Travis, get ready. Yeah, there's going to be more.
You think so?
Oh, God, yeah.
That
man.
bad? I'm not saying he's going to go out there and get 30 every game, but I'm saying that that was bad, like full stop. There was very little good in that at all. Okay, I don't think he's going to be that bad very often. I thought that was kind of out the window.
Arguing with a dude, he's a Boston Celtics fan. This is way back when the Celtics and the Lakers were going at it. And he was so mad at Ray Allen. Like, he was just incensed at Ray Allen. I'm like, why are you mad at him? Because he was so bad on both ends. And I'm like, do you know who he's guarding?
Yeah.
He's trying to guard Kobe.
Yeah.
So he's got to keep that guy in front of him, then you want him to score 30 on the other end? Come on, bro. I mean, that's a tough ask. This is a tough ask for Austin Reed. I hope he's up to the task.
And Laker fans need to do something too, and hopefully Anthony Edwards gave him a little fuel for the fire. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatrics.
Or AvnerGat.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gat. Your claim, our game.
We got your playoff fit, Lakers fans, with the latest collection of items to add to your closet this season. Head over to LakersStore.com. That's LakersStore.com. And snag a jersey, tee, hat, and more to rep the purple and gold this postseason. We've got the whole family covered with styles for mom, dad, kids, and babies too. Rep your team in style. Check out LakersStore.com. That's LakersStore.com. Let's go, Lake Show.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Well, here we are again, and I got to tell you, Jim, this match has me really concerned.
Here we have a powerful heavyweight, a train, weighing in at 6,000 tons. And this hasty lightweight challenger, a car, at just 1.5 tons?
This does not bode well for the car, or the people in it.
It's no contest. Every day, people are injured or killed trying to beat a train at rail crossings. See tracks, think train.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Why is this song wasted on John Cena? Sorry. My inner heel is coming out.
Hill?
This is the greatest entrance song of all time.
There he is, right there.
Is he behind me?
Yeah.
I can't
right
hate on
behind
him.
me, isn't he?
I can't hate on him. He's awesome. Guy's been around forever.
I don't give a ton of gambling advice on this show, but I feel like I need to offer just a little bit of guidance to those out there that might be just, if you got a couple extra bucks in your pocket.
Pachanga pick of the week.
My Pachanga pick of the week a little early. I think most people know this, but just very quickly, whenever there is a tragedy, a death, a famous death, or a maybe a play-by-play man misspeaks and does something that he has to apologize for, whenever there is a thing beyond just there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning, Nick Castellanos hits a home run. The Pope has died.
Oh, no.
Rest in peace, Pope Francis.
Nick Castellanos hitting a home run today feels exceptionally likely. In fact, Tim, you have the odds on Castellanos homering tonight.
So they have the most popular home run. But like, if you're gonna bet on someone to hit a home run tonight, he is the most popular bet. It's at plus 475. The other two are Aaron Judge and Alex Bregman at 2 and 3. But definitely put it on Castellanos.
I just Castellanos heads, and you can go find it all online, but it's not once or twice or even 3 or 4. It's like a dozen or more times and it could be something very somber where the play-by-play man is reading a promotion for a World War II veteran.
It could be D-Day.
It's something like, the brave men and women, and there's a drive to left by Castellanos.
Wow.
It's uncanny how often it happens.
Because it started out with Tom Brenneman, right?
Tom Brenneman,
and he was apologizing for saying something he shouldn't have said, and he says, "I'm a man of faith." And then there's a deep drive.
There's a drive to left by Castellanos. Wow. A deep drive to left by Castellanos. So anyway, you can go get that in there if you like.
Gotta be a coincidence, right?
Once, twice is a coincidence.
Gotta be.
3 is a trend, and now it's just the universe is saying, "No, we're going to." And by the way, if you're the play-by-play man for the Philadelphia Phillies, and do you know who the Phillies are playing?
Let me find it real quick.
So. You wait for Castellanos to come to bat before you start talking about the death of the Pope, right?
Okay.
You have
viral.
You have to.
And the thing is like, obviously, Castellanos will hit home runs outside of tragic events.
Yes.
It just so happens that every time there's a tragic event, he does hit a home run. Yeah. And they are playing the Mets. They are at the Mets tonight.
Good game, too.
Yeah.
So you got the Phillies
4
and
p.m.
Mets. Yeah. It's just something to keep in mind. If Castellanos goes yard,
heck of a thing to be known for.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
I got a quick little shout out very quickly. I'm incredibly proud about this, and this is very, very exciting. My daughter Kelly and her women's volleyball team at San Diego State won the Division I National Championship club volleyball team over the weekend in Arizona.
Nice.
DeMarco, they got to play at Chase Field where the Diamondbacks play.
Oh, wow.
And there was a huge crowd watching her. She scored the last 4 points. She was on the service for the last 4 points. They won 4 matches yesterday to win the whole thing. They beat Boston College in the final. It was awesome. She's jumping around. She's got the trophy over her head. So congratulations to her and her entire team, the San Diego State Aztecs, national championship, women's club volleyball.
Let's go, champ.
Senior, right?
Let's go,
She's
champ.
a senior.
That's incredible. Having her last
awesome.
game potentially
I'm gonna
be
show you
that
a quick picture here.
insane.
It was, and maybe we can even we can post it, but I want to find it so you can see it, DeMarco.
I'm looking right now. You said San Diego State, right?
San Diego State. This is her holding the trophy. after they won the whole thing.
Oh, look at that face. Yeah, there you go.
That's the coolest thing ever, to kind of do like a walk-off. You're a senior, you win the national championship, and you're like the highest you can go in your league.
So she serves. It's match point, championship point. Ooh. She serves. She hits a little drop float. It drops over. The BC player kind of tries to make a play, hits it a little too hard. It kind of starts to float back over the net towards State, and one of the middles on her team just pow!
Nope.
Just killed it right there. Championship wins. Kelly's up in the air, jumping up and down. It was terrific.
That's awesome.
If you are so inclined, the entire match is on YouTube. I'm just saying.
Is it really? Okay, let me go to YouTube.
It is awesome. So very proud of her.
Congratulations. Yes, to San Diego State, right?
Yes,
okay.
San Diego State Women's Club Volleyball National Champions. It was great. She's still, I talked to her that night. She's like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. Yeah, maybe.
It might be.
Athletically, it sure is.
Yeah,
you know? And I said to her, I said, I said this in my family group chat. Cash your ticket if Kelly was the first one to play an athletic event in a major league stadium. That Kelly was the one that did it. It was terrific. So I'm very proud of her and her team. Anthony Edwards talking about the atmosphere in Crypto.com arena. I wasn't out there for the half-court shot, but I mean, an atmosphere like this, it's easy for me, man. I've played in Denver. Denver's a tough place to play on the road. So, I mean, it was nothing.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right for him.
That dude sweats anything ever, but that he's just like, no, I'm playing here. And hopefully Laker fans hear that. Hopefully Laker fans take that to heart. And hopefully Laker fans come out with some heat, right? With some real heat on Tuesday night.
Guaranteed if you get past them. And I think, what did you predict? I predicted 6.
Me too.
Yeah, this is going to be a long series. And they might trade wins for a while.
I still think it's a long series.
Me too.
Yeah.
But if you get by the Timberwolves, you are going to be a better basketball team for it, because this dude is sky high. You're going to have to take this away from him.
And they're really good.
Yeah.
He's great. I'm not trying to
I
throw
bet in his mind he's got the trip already planned out all the way to the finals.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Radio's Clinton Yates coming in. How
Did
are
you call Magic Johnson basic this morning? Hold on.
Yes.
Wrong mic.
Yes.
Trying.
How dare you? It's
there
Magic.
You go. You got it.
I've had a lot of strikeouts recently.
What's happening, brother?
Have you not seen him tweet before?
No, I don't read his tweets. I know what you mean.
It's like a whole bit. He always tweets like, here was the score of the game. Here were the stats. What a great play. And you're like, wow, dynamite analysis, Magic.
On like a serious note or just for fun?
There was a whole, so a couple years ago, there was a whole discovery of who actually does. Christine Williamson, who's a SportsCenter anchor, she's actually friends with the person that does Magic Johnson's tweets.
Okay.
So, whatever. He farms it out.
They're dictated.
Yeah. Yes, that's and we know humans who dictate tweets. We know humans in positions who do not dictate tweets. There is a reason why his are dictated, and they work very well.
Fair enough. Anything your takeaway from game one loss?
Yeah, I would call that alarming.
Yeah.
On a basic level. And I'm not saying, and I would say this, alarming in the sense of, and this is an analogy I used this morning, you break the glass so that the fire hydrant is available.
Oh, fair enough.
That's one step.
Good way to look.
The other step is to take the fire hydrant out. The third step is when you have to start spraying it. If you lose to 20 more point games again at home, then you are spraying the fire hose.
Oh, yeah.
However, you cannot go from we have neither broken the glass nor removed the fire hydrant to all of a sudden you can stop the fire. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You've got to be ready to understand how important this is.
My glass is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's concern time.
To follow that analogy, yes.
Yeah. So that's where I am.
Yeah.
But I also think that had they won the game by the exact same margin, is the series over? No. It's one game. The Timberwolves hit a bunch of shots. They shot 50% from three. In particular, McDaniels and Reed shot 75%. That is not a sustainable number, but it doesn't have to be. Even if that backslides to 40 or so percent, the Lakers still have their hands full. Reeves was bad. The Laker bench was bad. They have some
LeBron was bad to start the game. That's a factor.
He was bad to start the game, but those things, I don't think, all of those things are not going to continue to trend in the same direction. I think they're going to come back towards the middle, which is why I think it's a long series.
Okay, but Travis, that's operating on the principle that the talent level of the Lakers is higher by default than the Timberwolves, and we don't know that. That's the issue.
I hear you on that.
You know what I'm saying? Even if they do play a great game, that doesn't mean a win based on the the deficit of
I
yesterday.
couldn't agree with you more, but I'm not going to panic until I at least, if the Lakers threw a good punch and lost, then it's like uh-oh.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Coming Tuesday.
Minnesota was really, they couldn't miss. The part to me that is, hey man, you might have a problem, is that they couldn't grab a rebound. That was the part to me for the Lakers, because that's not going to change.
Emily
They're not
going
to get bigger.
Before the show, you can't press the grow button in between games.
Yeah.
No.
You know, and that's a major factor in terms of not just what happens game to game, but cumulatively, that becomes a problem.
They're going to have to do a better job there. And that's going to have to be. But yes, there you go, DeMarco. That's a JJ thing to fix.
And he may not have it yet.
Dorian Finney-Smith isn't going to show up at 6'11" tomorrow night. Like he's going to need to find a way to get them in better spots, or they're going to have to make more shots, or they're going to have to make sure that the shots that Minnesota takes are far more highly contested, because it wasn't just that they made a bunch. They didn't have to make a bunch of hard shots.
No.
They just made a bunch of open looks. They're NBA guys.
Am I
They're going to
wrong
make
to
those.
assume that JJ is going to make those moves?
Well, I think that we might be I'm going to use a parallel to another series.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about JJ calling guys out versus not calling guys out?
Yes.
Did you see what Adelman said for the Nuggets about MJP, Michael Porter Jr.?
What did he say?
Yes,
he said straight up, if that guy starts playing defense and acting like he wants to be here, he'll play more minutes.
Oh.
Like he
Jokic
basically
said the same thing too.
Right. He's basically saying, get your head out of your behind, and then you'll play in the playoffs. We might be there. If this gets to two, well, if the rebounding margin is what it is, in a second game, in a win or a loss, I do think it's a reasonable point at that point to say, hey, look, here's what needs to change. Whether you're doing it privately is one thing, but I do think there is some value to my point earlier about a little public pressure. I don't hate that.
I think that's well within his wheelhouse to call somebody out if necessary.
Sure.
And I think he's on the verge of doing that, I guess. I think after game one, that might be too soon, because game two is ultra important.
I think
if you get the same effort, I think you get names.
But I don't think their effort was bad.
I don't either. That's what my actual concern is.
Out of certain guys.
I don't think who had bad effort.
Not bad effort. I mean, better performance.
Performance is different.
Yeah,
but performance is going to. Their effort was not bad.
Well,
I didn't think that.
I didn't mean effort as an effort. I mean like performance. Better performance. You might get names.
To your point, like Michael Porter Jr.'s effort was bad.
Was awful.
Like his want was non-existent. I didn't get that from any of the Laker players. They just didn't play well, which is why it's like, okay, let's go again.
Okay.
Sometimes you just let's go again and let's see what happens.
Yeah,
if they have a similar result, then we're having
Oh,
a
dude,
different
I'm going to go to game two. Yeah, I'm going to
important.
go to game two. This is a need to see it with my eyeball situation. You know what I mean? Just to get the feel for the energy of where they're at from a playoff
Are you
standpoint.
looking at people on the bench, just trying to catch that?
It's a
the
lot
energy?
of just how, I mean, there's a lot more value, I think, to pregame pressers than people realize. Just in terms of getting energy from what the preparation level is.
I agree there. Yeah.
Just feeling how it is, especially from the opponent as much as anything. I want to see what the confidence level is like of the Timberwolves going into that before the ball even tips.
He's ready to play. He ain't ready to play.
You can always tell. That's the cool thing about the NBA. You've got an idea based on the pregame because the court's so small and the dudes are so huge.
Yeah. They're going to be all right. I'm not saying that it's a slam dunk that they come back and win the series.
Right.
I don't think that game one is like, this is how the 4 or 5 games that we're going to get are going to go. I don't think that's how it's going to be. I think it's going to be far more competitive. Reeves needs to be a lot better. The bench needs to be a lot better. The rebounding situation they're not going to out-rebound Minnesota, but it can't be quite as disparate as it was. And you're going to have to find a way to put some bodies on some people defensively. You have to get better at that, because if they get open looks like that, then they're in big trouble. They're not going to come back.
Good to see you.
You too, man.
As always.
You too. Sorry, let me say that on mic. I don't want Morales
you're
getting
good.
on me.
Far Side is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, look. I think I got this chafing thing conquered. If you've ever had to deal with some chafing, you're not alone. I have to deal with it as well. It's a lifelong thing. Just the way my body's built. Let's just get that out of the way. So, look, my morning walk, chafing sucks. It's no joke. That's why I always keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. This stuff has been a game changer for me. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. I mean, I got a tough workout tomorrow, and it was a little wet out there today. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've got some chafing, like I said, you are not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, tea tree oil. They know what they're doing. A whole lot of relief there. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, playing baseball, basketball, what have you, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love because of chafing. It sucks. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief to feel the difference. Available now at Walmart and Target.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Next Gen is the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN today.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie, he's the real deal. Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Jacob is not afraid to fight for you. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com. Jacob's the real deal.
Call Jacob.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
That was so cool. You were showing me the video of your daughter playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
It was terrific.
Come on, that's so cool.
It was awesome.
Yes.
And there was a lot of people there, too.
2,000 folks.
Yeah,
you're there.
There was a lot of people there.
You're nervous. Were you nervous when you were a player back in the day?
Not when I was playing.
Really?
Watching my kids play is 10,000 times worse than doing it
Isn't
yourself.
it really? Oh my God. I just don't know what to do. Yeah.
Nauseating.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
Either way, you're going to be proud of them.
Absolutely.
And they get the W. That is so awesome. So thank you for showing me that. That is so
Did
dope.
she get to be in the clubhouse afterwards? Like, is that
beforehand?
That's
beforehand,
cool.
And they did I'll show you some of the pictures. It was just phenomenal.
So we're getting close to the draft, and we were talking about Travis Hunter again, and I hope this kid really doesn't try to go both ways in the NFL full time. You're not going to make that. You're not going to survive, bro. You really aren't. I told you, imagine if Travis Hunter is your best receiver and he also plays defense.
Yeah.
The minute he takes the field as a defender, he's got no offensive protections. I would take shots at him.
I never thought of it. It's such a good point.
I mean, you got to think Buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan would do the same thing. Any smart coach would do that. You're going to put your best receiver on the field on defense?
Yeah.
Okay, screen.
Just bulldoze him,
Go
right?
disengage with this OT, tackle my running back over and over again. It slows you down on offense. So I hope not. So sniffing around and trying to figure out what's going on with the Rams and just draft picks and whatnot, endless mock drafts. I asked a friend of mine who's in the front office, I'm like, why are you guys so guarded about this, your draft secrets? It's a draft. Everybody's slotted. I get it. You want to keep it out of the media, but he's like, it's not just that, and it's more than that. Well, tell me what you mean. He goes, well, there's agents involved too. How so? You mean agents of these potential pros? No, agents of guys that are on our team already that are looking at the draft so they can figure out how to come at us to ask for more money on behalf of their guy. You got a guy that's moving into year 3 or year 4 about to hit free agency. He wants to know what the team's going to do in the draft.
Where do I stand with you guys?
You're going to draft a running back. You're going to draft a defensive tackle. They all want to know this stuff. So
Makes
they have
so much sense.
Right. It never even entered my brain. I'm like, oh, I get it. So you have to be so secretive about everything. So can't wait to know who the draft picks are going to be. But when you talk about that, it brought up another story about NFL Europe. And I keep telling you, They never send the good players. It's always the ones that are completely raw or on the way out of the league, and they know it.
Yeah.
So we had a guy, and this is our second year. Me and Jim Mazzulla, we're running the defense. We're basically running the team and picking players. So we get through our training camp, and we have to cut guys. So it's just me and him and a few other coaches in the rooms, and we're making cuts. And every time we make a cut, we have to tell our secretary who it is so they can print up plane tickets to send them home, or flight itineraries, or cancel their hotel rooms. Okay, none of this stuff is guarded. This is NFL Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to lunch, we leave it the office wide open. Okay. So apparently one of the players who had been cut like 7 times from Europe and the league had bounced around. I think he might have been 28 years old and still hadn't made it yet, but he was in Europe. We were getting ready to cut him. He broke into the office, figured out how to find out the plane tickets, like who was getting cut, and went back and told everyone. Right.
Maybe we put a password on that account.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but we didn't even think. Who thinks of espionage in NFL Europe?
Well,
we were in Tampa, though. I mean, I know. So we had to tell, and we had one more practice, and I told Jim and Rick Lance, who was the head coach. I said, this might be a horse manure practice.
Yeah.
Because we're cutting these guys, and we have one more practice with them. So you're not taking them, but they're out there for one more day. So the guy that broke in.
For what?
For
right?
who, for what, right.
Yeah.
They don't know. These guys are going at it. It's like what do you call that? The Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah.
They're tooth and nail trying to stay in football, and
Did they
we know
think
they're
they
cut.
could fight their way off the list?
They all knew. Right. They didn't know yet.
Yeah.
But he went and told the guys before that they were cut. So half the guys didn't show up, or when they came to practice, they came out with no pads on. It was just a mess. I'm like, oh, my God, who thinks that way? But just made me think of that. And one more thing, by the way, I saw Minecraft this weekend.
Okay, did you have fun?
I did. I tried to go see Sinners. It just did not work out because it's a Easter, kids were with me, so I saw Minecraft. Man, Jack Black is super talented.
And he's like this generation's like iconic. He's in every kids movie. He's in the Jumanji movies. He's in Super Mario Brothers.
Kung Fu Panda.
He's in Minecraft, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
1, raking in that money. 2, he's in everything.
I think he's what Meatloaf wanted to be. Because he can actually rock out and sing, too.
Yeah. No, he's what's it, Furious D? Is that the name?
Tenacious D. Yeah.
Tenacious D.
Similar vocabulary word.
Saw it. I had no idea what was going on in the theater.
Did you do the chicken jockey thing?
Bro, I don't know what's going on. Everybody starts clapping, yelling, screaming, chicken jockey, I am Steve.
You got me, dude.
Bro, what is going on in here?
Hell if I know.
Okay, so you said you said watch out for kids throwing popcorn. Now I know why. Oh, my God.
Did you get a popcorn shower?
I sat off to the side.
Okay.
I did. Like, I let them sit on their own. I kind of sat off as the chaperone. I'm just watching all this.
Let them be kids.
Let them be kids. And it went bonkers. And I love me some Jason Momoa, too. He's funny.
Yeah, he is funny.
Yeah.
He's a likable guy.
Yeah, so that was cool, watching that. But just
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey. I never
What
thought
does that
of it.
mean? Can you give me a 5-second explanation of
I
what
don't
that
know
is?
what it is.
One scene in the movie in which a character rides a chicken.
Okay.
And Jack Black at one point goes, chicken jockey, and the kids have decided that this is the moment of the movie to freak out.
Oh, okay.
That's all they said during the ride home was chicken jockey. Chicken jockey.
It must be some sort of like Minecraft gaming like phrase or something that I haven't played.
What was the pig with the crown?
I don't know.
Crown pig.
There was a pig with a crown, and then Jack Black said, that's a legend, and the whole place went up.
Okay, can I ask a really dumb question? This is an animated movie?
Yes.
No. Well, kind of.
So there is live people. So Jason Momoa and Jack Black are played by human beings. It's kind of like Space Jam, where there's human beings and animated things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jack Black is not. It's not just his voice. You see. Jack
No,
Black.
you see Jack Black and
as
Jason
Jack
Momoa.
Black.
And he is
Steve.
fantastic. I could watch anything he's in.
He's very funny.
Yes,
He's
super
very
funny.
And a good guy, apparently.
Yeah. His mom was like a NASA engineer, like super, super, super smart.
And look who makes $1 billion.
I can see that. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Clippers have game 2 of their series tonight, looking to get back in it, and they probably should be up 1-0. Instead, they're an 0-1 hole. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here as the LA Kings host the Edmonton Oilers in Round 1. Be there for Game 1 on Monday, April 21st, and Game 2 Wednesday, April 23rd, with both games starting at 7 p.m. Get your tickets today at lakings.com/playoffs.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $269 a month, or get $1,750 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end April 30th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Travis. I had a rare Travis solo Emily text on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of, I had two things that I thought when you texted me originally. I was like, he's either at a restaurant or on the golf course. Like, there's two reasons why you would have texted me what you texted me.
So I went out to dinner on Saturday evening with my mom and dad. And my mom and dad live up in Santa Barbara. So we went to this restaurant in Montecito, which was very, very nice and very, very good, by the way. And it's not a big restaurant. It kind of a small little dining room there. And this person, we're sitting inside, and it was still sunny out. So this person comes into the doorway, and it's a bigger guy, and he's kind of like, all you can see is a silhouette. You can't really see who he is just because of the lighting of it all. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, that looks a lot like Javier Bardem. And then the person walks into the restaurant, and it was Javier Bardem.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I texted Emily. I'm like,
this is what you text me.
Yeah.
You say, do you care about Javier Bardem? And I'm yes.
And she's like, yes. She told me about the roles that he
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. You didn't know the dude was like a megastar?
No, I did. But DeMarco.
It
DeMarco,
could
hold on.
Oh, I thought you were asking her, like, is this dude a big deal?
Put it to you this way, DeMarco. I recognized him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I recognized who he was. But with Emily, you never quite know if she's going to give you that who cares or that's a big deal.
And you got both in the same conversation with me.
Javier
but then
I wasn't.
I wasn't going to.
No. So I said, and then you're a fan. I think that's safe to say.
Huge fan, incredible guy, and like it was funny too because I'm like, okay, well then who are the other celebrities here? Because Penelope Cruz is his wife, so is she there?
She was sitting right next to him.
And then,
she had her back to me, so it wasn't until she kind of turned and looked at him.
She was there.
She was there.
I wouldn't even have
and
seen
I don't
him.
think I was right about the last one. The more I thought about it,
Yeah.
But so little celeb sighting.
Yeah.
You saw him first? And she was sitting there?
He came in the restaurant first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he's also massive.
He's a bigger guy.
Like
he's not LeBron James, but he's not Tom Cruise.
He terrifies me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
From No Country. He really that Anton Chigurh is that's too real.
Probably the scariest villain in all of movies.
Yeah.
And then he's also King Triton in The New Little Mermaid and Dune Part 2 and 1. So
he's in Pirates. He's also
I just
Cortez.
saw that. That was him. Okay.
Lisa Nagaib.
I just saw that. Yes.
I wanted to text you to tell him Lisa Nagaib, but like that would be you wouldn't even know what that is, as well as Lisa Nagaib, because there's a meme of him going Lisa Nagaib.
I don't know.
I have no idea what that is.
It's from Dune.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And it's what you refer to as like the Messiah, which was Timothy Chalamet.
And then I took a really crappy, sneaky pic of him to try to send to Emily, and I only kind of got him at profile.
But it's enough.
Yeah, it was enough. It was enough. Very, very
Yeah,
exciting.
well, I mean, I wouldn't have gone and asked.
No.
Yeah.
No, I
might have pulled out that thing, the
The
air
coin?
thing. Kapock!
Yeah.
But when you texted me that, I thought you were either at dinner with Javier Bardem or on the golf course with him. Like there was only two options when you asked me that, because you wouldn't just text me out of the blue about Javier Bardem.
What if you did that? If you walked over and said, can I have a picture with you, Mr. Bardem? And he pulled out a coin and said, call it. What would you do?
I would have run.
Run!
I would have run for sure. I'd already played golf. I had a pretty good Saturday, DeMarco.
Did you really? I saw the video you put out. Yeah,
Went
that looked
played
good.
golf with my dad and my cousin Trevor.
Yeah.
At Sandpiper in Santa Barbara. It was a perfect Santa Barbara day. Just one of those perfect 70 degrees. No, it's
beautiful,
perfect.
man.
Then I went and watched my Gauchos wallop Cal Poly, which was great. Saw a kid throw a one-hitter, by the way. One hit, shutout, 4-0. He was awesome.
Wow.
And then went to dinner, and then the night ended with a whimper because the Lakers got clocked.
Don't let them bother. Don't let them mess up your night.
Look, I still had a good night.
Don't let them mess up your weekend.
I had a martini and a glass of wine, so it was all all good.
Yes.
It was all good. You can kick off draft day at Legends Attic in Claremont with Trav and DeMarco this Thursday, April 24th, 9 a.m. to noon, as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce will be there as well. You have the chance to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and baseball tickets. For more information, visit legendsattic.com.
You were asking me about that. Could certain people get things changed in a stadium? Like you asked me, could Sean McVay snap his fingers and say, I want grass and SoFi? Maybe not now. Maybe earlier when they were first putting it in, maybe.
Okay.
But Isaac Bruce was the only dude I can ever remember that got the lights in a stadium changed.
Really?
Yeah, because they were in his eyes.
Like put in a different spot?
Go up there get the guys up, go all the way to the top, and change those lights, and they're shining in his eyes.
Really?
When he looks back for the ball.
Jerry Jones should do that for his own stadium.
Right.
Or change the orientation of the... Like, that's the thing that I don't get. Like, okay, where the sun is going to be is not a mystery. Like the sun it travels in a
east to west or west to east.
Well, yeah, and it's in the same it's in the same spot at the same time of year every year. It's not like, oh wow, look, it's in a totally different place today.
You have a pretty good idea.
You have exactly, and yet they still put the stadium with a giant glass window where you had to look into it at crucial moments of football games.
Insanity, yes.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea. Clippers in a 1-0 hole. They lose in overtime. And
shut up.
What do you mean?
Not you, Clipper fans. See, just stop talking for a while.
About?
I just for a little while.
Weren't you the one saying you feel bad for the Clippers?
I do.
You kind of root for them.
And there's a contingent of Clipper fans that get above their, what do you call that? They're out over their skis and they talk a little bit too much trash.
Okay.
Like when you say you have no reason, if you're a Lakers fan, you have no reason to hate the Clippers, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave the little brother alone. And then there's that little group that keeps talking trash. This is our year. So just, that's what I'm saying.
They
Shut
probably
up.
should have won that game.
Just wait until you win a game and then talk trash.
That game was weird because I think Emily said this morning. Whatever you think about Russell Westbrook, you were able to find it on Saturday.
It was full display.
It was like if you hate that guy's game, that's a great example as to why. If you say Russ can win you a game, that's a great example of why.
Yeah,
like
right there.
Russ with the both the good, the yin and the yang of Russell Westbrook was on full display in that game.
And Kawhi and the Clippers and Harden and everything you say about them is right, and it all came up in one game. You should have had that one. You should be up 1-0 on Denver.
They absolutely should.
And you gave it back to them.
Okay, so if you're the Clippers and you have a game like that where you should have won the game, it's a 7-game series, so there's plenty of time to fix it. Do you feel like, all right, we're better than them, we're in a pretty good spot, it's on the road, et cetera, we're going to be okay? Or is that, hey, man, this might come down to one game and we just let it slip through our fingers?
I hope. I mean, I think that might be the Laker mentality because the pressure is different. The expectations are different. I think the Lakers will bounce back. That could have been their one moment in time. That could have been your one opportunity to get ahead of all the negative because it's all coming.
As an athlete, did you was one easier to swallow than another, getting your butt kicked or just narrowly missing?
I think when you're building something – and
like I didn't mind.
You have an opportunity, and you have a lead on them. Like you should have won that game.
Yeah,
that's
worse.
Didn't.
That's worse.
Yes.
Like when I was playing baseball, if we lost by 1 run and we made a couple of errors, you're like, man, what But if I lost by 8 runs and they just smacked you around, you're like,
If I get run off the floor, that's easier to swallow. If we give it to you, that invites more doubt and it starts finger pointing.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if they're equipped to deal with that. And I think Denver is. They chop the leg out. All they have to do is lean.
That's a great point because think about like the Clippers' 2 best players. James Harden has a history of not showing up in big moments, and Kawhi Leonard is, at least publicly, very quiet. Like, he's not a guy that's going to show up, guys, we're going to be LeBron James going to stand up in front of the media.
I'm glad he's not my superstar.
Right. Yeah. LeBron, after the Lakers got cracked, he's like, look, we got to get back to work. Like, he was talking about it. He didn't brush it aside, but it wasn't a 5-alarm fire either. It's like, we got to do this better. We got to do that better. Kawhi isn't exactly that sort of, vocal leader like that. Maybe he is behind closed doors, but Ty Lue's a really good coach. Does it have to come from him? Where does that leadership after you kind of kick the game away come from?
I wouldn't expect it from James Harden because I don't think I've ever heard it.
It's just not who he. And by the way, it's like, dude, what do you know?
And it seems like Kawhi Leonard, from what I understand, kind of rejects that role, maybe publicly.
He's their best guy. He's a 2-time Finals MVP. So at least if he said, you're going to listen.
On paper, sure. I mean, but this is after a loss and how you set the message. I'm not sure if they have that guy on the roster. I don't remember Kawhi Leonard being that guy or James Harden being that guy.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to come from Ty Lue, in my estimation. So I think he's going to say the right things and set the right course. But the problem is you had them down by 15 and you let them back in and they won. And that's the last thing you want to do with a battle-hardened team like Denver. You let them back in the series and in the game.
The Nuggets have the best player in the series.
Right.
They have the best player in the league. Okay, so they're going to be – the last thing they need is to catch a break. Right? If you give the guy with the best team or the best player, the team with the best player, a break, you let a win slip through your fingers on the road, right? That could be the difference.
Your best guy's turning it over late. That's going to hurt. I know. That's what I'm saying. So we'll see. That's why I said to Clipper fans, to the ones I'm talking about, shut up for a while. Just let it happen. Don't be out in front. We're trying to help you.
I don't even think they believe what they're saying.
Of course they don't.
Nobody that's never done it can actually honestly say, we're okay,
but imagine being a Clipper fan in this town. Yeah, you're going to be a little nuts at some point. So we're trying to help you.
Sensitive to the criticism
it's
because
a little brother.
Because you know it's right.
Okay,
right?
The same doctors I went out with, Laker fans through and through. Even their kids are Laker fans. He tried to talk his son into buying season tickets for the Clippers and bought him a jersey, and the kid cried in school.
Wait, what?
He tried to surprise his kid with Clippers tickets, season Clippers tickets, and a Clippers jersey.
Yeah.
And the kid cried in school, I don't want to be a Clippers fan.
I'll go.
That's what I said. Are you nuts? You little child? Yeah. But that's what I mean. Imagine being a Clippers fan in this town. It makes you a little nuts when people feel that strongly about you. He's like 7. right.
First of all, don't buy a 7-year-old season tickets, especially if he's not going to appreciate them. Send them to a 50-year-old talk show host who would like to go to some games. It's a much better way to do it. Dodgers get 2 of 3 this weekend, and somebody might be making a case for the man. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Ireland, yesterday we were talking about how I'm a completely different person off the air.
Right.
Juan said, you're the same person. You're just as dumb. You're just stoned or drunk.
Yeah, you're not as outgoing. You're not as vibrant.
I'm a big dumb kid at home. I'm a big dumb kid at work. That's the way I view it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Hey everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about PrizePicks, my absolute favorite app. Download the PrizePicks app, use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. You've heard that before, but let's talk about this. Now that the basketball season is over and we're pulling into the postseason, do you want to go VIP style to the championship? Would you like to do that? I'm sure you would. Basketball's championship series is not that far away, and starting with the play-in round, which is going on, every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes-Two ticket sweepstakes. It's on right now on the PrizePicks app, and this could get you and a +1. So you and your guest are going VIP style to the ship, okay? The ship, as in the championship. Download the PrizePicks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. PrizePicks, run your game.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply, NMLS 696891.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Wait, you got to explain the question.
I know who that is. All right, ask the question.
What is the only school to produce 4 quarterbacks drafted within the first 4 picks?
Right. So I'm not going to look, and I think I know the answer to that. So what that means is they've had a player drafted 1, they've had a player drafted 2, a player drafted 3, a player drafted 4. Is it Oregon?
Nope.
It's not.
It's LSU.
LSU, okay.
Yes.
Because I was thinking Achilles Smith, Joey Harrington, Mariota, and I couldn't pull whoever else was left.
Was there one more?
But there's 4. I could only come. Where did Dan Fouts get drafted? I don't know.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
But I thought because Mariota, Joey Harrington, and Achilles Smith, I know are all really high draft picks.
Yeah.
Really high draft picks.
And bus.
And bus. They all
LSU,
were.
I sneaky.
Herbert,
you
too.
never
Herbert
think
was
of
down like 6. Yeah.
You'd never think of LSU as a quarterback school.
Well, it's Jamarcus Russell.
Yep.
It's Joe Burrow. It's who else is on there?
I missed the other
Jaden
two.
McDaniels.
There's one.
And
there's B. Jones.
One more. B. Jones.
I might have been.
B. Jones. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
me there.
we got 3 of them. That's close enough. That counts. That counts for sure. Yoshi Yamamoto was lights out again, DeMarco.
Man,
just absolutely, positively lights out. We'll get into this a little bit later on in the week, but he's pitching against Paul Skeens on Friday night, right at Dodger Stadium.
You got your duel.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yamamoto and Paul Skeens are going to hook up on Friday night, and it should be absolutely fantastic because those are probably the guys at the top of the list right now. But we talk so much about like who's the ace of the staff. If you had one game to pick, and who you could pick any of the guys that are available, who do you pick? And it's kind of always been, well, dealer's choice. You could take any of them, and maybe it's Snell, maybe it's Ohtani if he's right, and this, that, and the next thing. But again, it's a month of the season. But Yamamoto has clearly established himself as the best pitcher on this team, and it really isn't close.
I don't think it's close. And when we left the golf tour, where were we? Caballero.
El Cab.
Yeah. And you were talking, you wanted your duel with DeGrom, and you got it.
You got it.
That
Both
was fun.
of them were great.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So you said that at some point this dude was going to turn into your ace.
It seems like it's happening.
Faster than I thought it would happen.
It's funny. I'm a little guilty of doing what I told other people not to do.
What?
Which is I want to put Sasaki and Yamamoto together. When Sasaki came here this year, it's like, hey, keep in mind, this guy is pretty green. He's figuring it out. And I even said at the time, Yamamoto is not green. Yamamoto's green to the major leagues, but he's not green to professional baseball. He was a 3-time, I believe it's called Sawamura Award winner, which is the Japanese Cy Young Award. He won that 3 times. This is not somebody that is afraid of big moments. This is not somebody that's afraid of big expectations. It just took him a minute to get used to the new baseball, the new league, new umpires, whatnot. DeMarco, nobody hits that guy.
No. He's 25 starts, and he's
filthy.
He's nasty. He's absolutely filthy and nasty, and I think he's hitting at the perfect time. But can you keep him healthy? Because we just saw Glasnow go out again, didn't we?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. It always happens.
We're going to get to him.
Can you keep Yamamoto healthy, being this filthy?
He missed 3 months last year.
Okay,
he missed 3 months. And here's the rub or the great question. This is the part that, unless you are a member of the Dodger organization or Yamamoto himself, that I don't think we're ever going to have the answer to. And when these guys go down, are they actually hurt, or is this strategic? Are they actually taking these guys off the field because they've got a little something in their elbow or their shoulder or whatever it may be? Or is this listen, man, you're going to throw 175 innings, 150 innings. We don't need them in April, May, and June. We need them in September,
baseball's
July.
Version of load management.
Right, yeah, kind of, and that they've put themselves. They're never going to tell you that they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
but they might be doing it on purpose.
I love seeing stuff like this, but I always say this. This is what you say. Like we talk trash about the Angels. Why aren't we talking about the Angels? Be this good in September.
They're already turning into the Angels again. Just
already?
For the record, yes.
Man, that was fast.
Just That's why. Slow down, everybody.
Don't print up the champion. Okay, never mind. But can you save some of this for when it matters most? I love seeing it, but can you be this guy later on?
He was last year.
I wish you had a time machine to get that there. That's what I'm saying.
He was last year. Like last year he got off to a little bit of a bumpy start. I think he was tipping pitches. Stopped doing that. Nobody touched him. Then they shut him down. Came back, a little bit of a bumpy start, and then nobody hit him. I think he's that guy. I think that once you kind of knock some of that rust off, some of the habits of tipping pitches and stuff like that, his stuff.
Oh, dude.
He was their most reliable starting pitcher in the playoffs last year.
100% he was.
Yes.
100% he was. And right now, like the age-old question, if you had one game to win, who do you pick? It's him, and you don't even think twice.
Well, if your ERA starts with a 0, that's
a pretty good start.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's the guy
I would
you
say
put
he put
out
himself on a list with him and like Fernando. Fernando did it twice. Like through X amount of games, you had the lowest ERA. Yeah, it's him. And we mentioned, I think, earlier too, or maybe in our meeting, but just that why is Kershaw not available until late May?
I read that he's not going to be available to pitch in the big leagues until towards the end of May.
He tweaked something again?
They didn't say that. It just said that's kind of the timeline that he's on. And so Glasnow leaves yesterday with cramps in his legs. Okay.
That's
tried
not the first time, right?
No.
Okay, you must be doing the bike too long before starts or something.
Know, man.
Yeah.
I
change your routine. If it's cramps, that's almost inexcusable.
There becomes a point when you're hurt or unavailable, however we want to characterize what yesterday was, as come on, man. Like
change your routine.
You're down so often. No one's ever said he's anything other than a great pitcher, and he is a great pitcher, but he is so frequently unavailable. He is so frequently not able to, and I don't want to call him out because I don't know the guy, and for all I know, he's doing everything right and he's doing all the right stuff, but my goodness, man, it's like at some point, can we just push through some of this stuff? Can we just kind of grind it out a little bit? And I want to go back to something you said about Kershaw a second ago, Em. Clayton Kershaw took the ball even when he wasn't great and went out there and took some beatings along the way because was just, I'm fine.
You know, not everybody's that guy, though.
I
not everybody's made of that stuff.
But that's why Clayton Kershaw is Clayton Kershaw. It's not just that Cy Young's and an MVP and all that stuff. It's that dude never, ever buckled. Like, he pitched bad. Mm-hmm. Okay, so does everybody else occasionally. But he was never
I never
tried out of here.
I never tried to pitch through cramps. That's just funny.
If it's the first time ever, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird.
This is not the first time. Yeah.
Is it not unlike Anthony Davis in ways where you're like, okay, like this person
I hate that you said that.
Isn't pushing through stuff that other people might push through.
Because she's right.
Oh.
But when he pitches and when Anthony Davis plays, can be incredible and can be one of the best players in the league.
It's a really good comparison. Anthony Davis, like, relative to relative, is probably a little bit better than Tyler, but it's a really good point.
Why are we bunched up? Well, the guy up front has cramps. Cramps? Are you out of your mind? Yeah.
It seems like it has to be perfect for him
some Pedialyte
to be able to play well.
It's not great.
Get back out there.
It's not great. And it's a scoreless game. And again, it's April. It's not like it was the World Series or anything, but dude, seriously?
It's a lot of money to tie up in a guy that is not super reliable.
Good, but he goes down. And then, of course, we have our annual Blake Trinan is on the IL with a with an arm something or other. And again, the only question is, how long is he going to be gone?
Book it.
And when he comes back, is he going to be as nasty as he usually is? And again, if you throw 98 miles an hour and the ball goes 4 feet sideways both directions, I can see where that would be bad for your arm, and your arm might hurt every once in a while.
Yes.
I get that, but they need him. Like, you know, we talk so much about, well, they have an abundance of starting pitching, and they got all these. They need Blake Trinan.
Yeah.
I know Walker Buehler was the "Are you entertained?" guy at the end of the World Series. Blake Trinan pitched 3 innings in that game. 3 innings in that game. They won the World Series because of Blake Trinan. They're going to need that dude.
You should watch the.
Your bullpen is working overtime right now. Yes.
If you watch that Apple TV Plus, did I say it wrong? No, Apple TV Plus documentary. You'll see how important that Blake Trinan couple innings was because they really build up to it, and it's a really big Dave decision to say, "Hey, Blake, not pulling you, but you need to get this together and get out of this inning," and he did. And so that documentary really shows how important Blake was.
You mentioned that he's saving the bullpen, DeMarco, and Blake Trinan has been really good. When he pitches, he's really good. He's another one. And I get why he's always hurt, just because of the action that he has on his stuff. But Ben Kasparias had another outing where he went more than an inning over the weekend, I think yesterday. That dude, we're gonna talk about Kershaw. We're gonna talk about Yamamoto and Sasaki and Ohtani and Trinan and Michael Kopech throws 100 and Tanner Scott's the big acquisition and all of these names. And Kasparias is that guy that's pitching in the 6th and 7th inning. Very rarely glamorous innings. They're just I got to get 5 outs or 6 outs. That dude has taken the ball so frequently and been good way more than he's been bad that by the time you do get to August and September, you're going to forget all of this, and you shouldn't, because what he's doing right now is taking innings off of all those. Vezia pitches a little less. Banda pitches a little less. Phillips is back now and gives him a little of a breather. Those guys are super, super valuable to the construction of a team, and he's done a great job.
How would you grade the Dodgers right now? This is funny.
I know exactly what you're going to say. Go
ahead. They're still trying to find it, right? And they're still the best team in baseball.
They have the most wins in baseball, and I feel like they've played so-so.
We got to bring that up.
No, you're right.
Every day we must bring that up.
They have the most wins. They're tied for the most wins in baseball with San Diego. And San Diego, if you've watched them at all this year, is nuclear level hot. They can't miss. The Dodgers are playing okay, and they have the same amount of wins.
Effortless.
That's
effortlessly right
crazy.
Behind you. Yes.
They're drafting. What do you think? Have you seen anything that makes you go, "Oh my God, they're fine"? They're okay.
We nitpick so much. We look at certain things, like Tommy Edman is one thing. You still haven't explained that to me.
What do you want to know?
Just all of a sudden, where's this power?
He changed his swing from the left side. He's hitting homers from the left side now.
He's at 7 right now.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's tied for the big league lead.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
his career high is 13.
Yeah, he's probably going to beat that.
Do you eclipse that by June?
Okay, we should have a look. You know how many he hits this year?
How many?
16.
You think he hits 16 like from here?
Something.
9 more home runs from here. You're on. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not a home run guy. He's just hitting home runs, if that makes any sense. Like he's
no, that doesn't make sense.
DeMarco, what he has been is what he will be. You don't go from hitting 13 home runs to hitting 35. That doesn't happen. He will hit 16, 17.
I was going to say at least into the 20s.
You might, but I'd bet against it.
Okay.
I'd bet against it.
I'll say 20s. We'll make the threshold 20.
I'll go under.
20. Okay, under. There you go.
I'll go under.
I like that. Good for him, though.
He's having a great.
Good for him.
He's such a good player.
Yep.
He does so many things for them. He's such a good player.
You get in the right environment, and you change as a player. So maybe this is really who he is.
All right. 10 seconds to do this. This is the thing with the Dodgers that makes them so blanking good at what they do. They've been trying to get him for years.
For years? Yeah.
They knew him. Not a guy like him. Him. Hey, Cardinals, we'd like him. No. Hey, Cardinals, we'd like him. No. Hey, Cardinals. Until they finally got the answer they want, they got him. And guess what happens? The dude blows up. He blows up. They're just so good at identifying the player that will work in their organization, and Edman is the ultimate representation of that. He is so blanking good.
20 home runs.
Done.
Edman. Got it.
Done.
Right.
Factor Cap coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. I will take you over in another category. Dealer of the Year. Dealer of the Year for Rotolo Chevrolet. Give me the over because they just win it every single year. They've won it 13 times in a row. That's pretty darn good. Very excited to get to see my pals at Rotolo Chevrolet this week when we go out to Legends Attic. And if you've been thinking about a Silverado, if you've been thinking about a Chevy car or truck, no better place to go than Rotolo Chevrolet. It's right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit in Fontana. They've got everything you can think of. Every make and model, color, great pricing, of course. But that customer service, that's the thing that makes people come back time after time after time. Transparent, courteous, and upfront. You're going to love your purchase at Rotolo Chevrolet. Mike Capozio is going to make sure of it. His entire team is going to make sure of it. Why do you think they're all dancing on TV all the time? Because they're in a great mood because they know you're going to love your purchase at Rotolo Chevrolet. So go see for yourself what all the fun's about. If you can't get to Fontana and Rotolo Chevrolet, go online, rotolochevy.com. That's ROTOLO, rotolochevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, Our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting pro and college games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Aloha. What up?
Triple aloha today.
Of all days to fire up the Oscar-nominated movie Conclave, today is a good day to do that. If you're curious about the process of what's going to happen after Pope Francis passed away this morning, it's a great movie if you're interested in that at all. So I was just giving that suggestion. So today is also, speaking of movies, the anniversary of 1989's The Field of Dreams. And this is the most hotly debated scene in the movie amongst ESPN Los Angeles. And so this is from Field of Dreams.
Hey, Dad? You want to have a catch?
And so, age-old ESPN LA topic, this is the correct terminology. This is how you call this act, is having a catch. Travis Factor Cap.
Sorry.
So, I may surprise you with this, DeMarco.
Okay.
I can be persnickety when it comes to terminology. I think I've established that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the dressing room, the clubhouse, the locker room, et cetera, et cetera. I would never say, can we have a catch? But it's not wrong. It's a regional thing. To me, it's always, do you want to go play catch? Hey, Dad, let's go play catch. Hey, let's go play some catch. Let's get loose. Let's play catch. Not have a catch, but it is a regional thing that in the East, it is frequently, let's have a catch.
I've never heard of it referred to as that.
I understand, but I have heard enough people who aren't baseball knuckleheads sell me on it that I've at least come to, it rings weird in my ear. It sounds stupid. It sounds wrong, but enough people that do know the difference have said it's not a big deal, so I will defer to their regionality.
DeMarco, this is correct terminology. Have a catch.
That's cap. I've never heard that before in my life until the movie. Why would they let that? I mean, what region is that popular in?
Okay, again, I'm going to give some grace here. Kevin Costner is very persnickety about details like this stuff, too. He's very involved in the production of his movies. I don't think he would have let it go if he thought it was ringing false.
Or maybe it means something to him?
Maybe, but like I said, I've heard enough people who know baseball, who love baseball, who've said, I know it's not doesn't sound right, but I've heard that before. So I'll let it.
All right. I mean, that's attention to detail, I guess. You threw the audience off.
I would have changed it.
Okay. It's like speedball in that song. Throw that speedball by you.
No one's ever said that.
No one's ever said that. I've never heard have a catch before. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Jorge.
As somebody with ESL, English Second Language, it sounds wrong to me. I was always taught let's go play catch. Let's play catch. Another one that throws me off like that is the one where you guys say, hey, what say you? Like, what?
What say you?
Yeah, like that just doesn't in my mind. I'm like,
that's a court thing. What say you?
Yeah,
says the jury.
So to me, it's let's play catch.
Exactly that.
What says you? So if you're playing soccer, if I said, kick it to me.
Well, that's I'll kick it to you. Or pass me the ball.
Pass me the ball. That'd be normal. Pass me the ball. But, hey, kick it to me. Well, how else would you like me to give it to you? We're playing soccer.
I can head it to you.
We're going to a track meet and saying, run. Yeah. Well, duh. Yeah.
Okay. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they put out their kind of...
you were having a podcast?
Yeah, I was having a podcast. And I was listening, and they had a crazy idea for the NBA, and they're kind of a sarcastic podcast with, like, great assault with all of this, obviously, but I thought it was an interesting idea. Their proposal is, it's only in the very first game of the series, in NBA, only the game one. If you lose by 50 or more points, the series is over. You cannot play any more games. You lose the series. If you lose by 50 or more points in game one. If you lose by 50 or more points in game three, it doesn't matter. It's only in game one. So you agree this should be a rule that's instated. DeMarco, Factor Cap.
I kind of like this. This is fact. This is kind of cool. I'm sure the networks would hate it, but that might be fun, though. Come on, now. Yeah, 50 points, you can end the series. So I just have to keep pouring it on. That means the Lakers might be out.
Right. Yeah. Or the Lakers have to fight hard to get to like 48 or 47, and so you're at the end really trying for it.
That sounds fun. I like this.
Trev?
So you put your finger on both the best part and the part that it would never happen because you're taking TV dates, you're taking gate away from the owners, all that stuff.
Hotels, yeah.
All of it. However, it would make that Memphis OKC game, all of a sudden, that's an absolute war coming down the stretch because let's say it's a 47-point gap.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City says we can get 3 more points on these guys. We get a week or maybe 2 weeks off.
We can go on vacation.
Or Memphis is like, we're not going to be the first team ever to get bounced by 50 and go home. We lose a series 1-0. It would make the end of those games wildly
Last
fun.
30 seconds would be great.
Yeah, it really would.
Can I go a step further?
Sure.
The minute you build a 50-point lead, the game is over. Yeah, we're up by 50.
Like a mercy rule.
Right. See?
So you've heard my theory about being able to quit.
No.
Okay, so after the 7th inning or in the 4th quarter of a football or basketball game, that if one of the two teams says, we've had enough, we'd like to go home, we give up, the game's over.
Wave the white flag,
it's over. Wave the white. It would save pitching. It would save hits on your body. It would save minutes on it has to be in the 4th quarter or after the 7th inning or in the 3rd period under 8 minutes to go in a hockey game or whatever. We're down.
Wow.
Think about it.
Yeah.
The Reds and the Baltimore Orioles played a 24-2 baseball game yesterday.
You don't need that 9th.
The 9th, like at some point, it's like, guys, we're done.
Yeah.
We're going
Instead
home.
of throwing out fielders, just
right.
end the game.
The games are. Would you sign up for that?
I might. I think about it. That sounds like Roman Coliseum-y. Mercy.
You can't do it early. You can't just run up the white flag in the 4th inning.
Okay.
But 7th inning or later.
Certain score, okay. Yeah. If it's getting stupid.
It doesn't have to be. It's up to the discretion of the losing team to say, we're done. We're going to go home. We'll see you tomorrow.
I don't mind that. I would explore that more.
Jorge, what do you think of this 50-plus point?
I would love it because it would get rid of aggregate. You feel me? Like, if somebody wins, like, if it's a 5-0 game, like, why are we traveling to Paris for this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Okay, one last one for you guys. Maybe we can talk about it on the other side as well. So I was listening to the game, the Lakers game on Saturday, and it was called by Jay Billis, and Sedano was on the sidelines. But who else was with Jay? Does anyone remember? Anyway, they were talking about, so you remember LeBron had that great chase down block in the game. And I believe it was Billis who pointed out, who said, when LeBron has a statue outside of this building, talk about crypto, that is what it's going to be. So he's talking about, but let's just take it outside of the LeBron getting a statue in crypto. When LeBron gets a statue anywhere, most likely Cleveland first, it will be a chase down block. Jorge, Factor Cap. Like the block by James.
I mean, if that's, I would say fact. I mean, if that's one of his, highlights. I mean, I can think of that one dunk. Remember when he came here, that one that they compared to Kobe's, like, when he, I would do that or the dunk or the block for sure.
Travis?
I don't think so. I think it's Cap. I think it would be a chase down block if it's in Cleveland. But if it's anywhere else, it wouldn't make any sense. That moment is iconic to the Cavs. That moment's iconic to LeBron as a Cav. But if you're going to do a statue in Miami, why would you have it be of him making his most famous play for another team? Right? It may be him and Dwayne Wade with the, this one.
That'd be a good one.
Right? That's a good one. Or here with the Lakers, if they decide to do that, him passing Kareem on the all-time, with the jump shot. It has to be something specific to when you were here. It can't just be, it is his most famous play.
Presumably, his first statue will be in Cleveland. That would be your Cleveland statue?
For sure.
DeMarco?
And then the one that D-Wade won't look like D-Wade.
Right, it look like some other guy.
Looks like the Tin Man from The Wiz. If LeBron might be hard to do an action shot because I think his signature play is that track down block.
But if you think about it, it could be something like the Shaq statue out here where Shaq's hanging off the rim. It could be you make a statue of a rim and it's LeBron going up and hitting that ball.
It's not anything offensive. If I'm doing a LeBron statue, I'm just doing a statue of him and he's just standing there.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing to do.
Well, he also got the
Kobe one.
He's also got the one where he's running. He's going to slam it with one hand. He's also got that. That's another iconic one.
Honestly, never did the dunk contest. See, I'm just coming up with hate. See, and he never did the dunk contest. Why you see? That's what I'm saying.
It couldn't be the block down, the chase down block anywhere else because that is specifically to Cleveland. Like if you, let's say whatever the Heat did, you're like, dude, you guys put up a Heat. You put up a. Cleveland
they
play.
put up a Michael Jordan.
Well,
jersey.
that might be. Let's say he played for the I don't know, the Warriors or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, that's so specific to Cleveland. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like a weird decision. Fact Cap is brought to you by the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000, 213-747-2000. That, again, is the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand. You can visit it at normandlegal.com or just give him a call. You're hurt in an accident, 213-747-2000. Travis Hunter, two-way Ohtani. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. It's Morongo's 20th anniversary. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a free 20th anniversary beer stein when you order a draft beer at any of our signature bars.
Number 2.
Big League gift giveaway. Get a large rubberized tote bag when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 29th.
And the number 1 reason.
We've got live music all weekend to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring?
Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
You know what? I get so pissed off. I like a good mojito. I am amazed at the number of times I order a mojito and it's totally half-assed. Like, do these guys even know how to muddle? It's like nobody wants to muddle the mint, and so they just throw a sprig of mint in. I want well-muddled mint in a mojito. What do I have to do to get that?
You have to exactly say the order that way. So this is my order if somebody says, what do you want to drink? I'll say, I'll have a whiskey sour with Maker's Mark in a rocks glass with ice.
Ooh, specific.
Because if I don't say that, they will bring me like a high glass with a little dainty garnish on it with no ice.
Yeah.
You need to say, muddle it.
Muddle!
And if the bartender's any good, he'll know.
Yeah, I want a good mint muddler.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday, reacting to Lakers Game 1 as they look to bounce back at home tomorrow night against their first-round opponent, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. It looks like you're backing into a parking place.
Zone. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Am I right? Is that kind of? I feel like you're going backwards.
No, I'm actually in the middle of the intersection right there. See, there you go.
Without a blinker.
Street takeover. And no insurance.
Without a blinker, exactly. You flash a receipt. Hey,
you're dang right. Yes. Got nice rims though.
I hit the curb too much to have nice rims.
See, there you go. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm a decent parallel parker, but inevitably I'm going to catch that curb at least once, and then that's it.
I love parallel parking. That's my thing. That's my jam.
I'm pretty good at it, but once in a blue moon, I'll come in a little steep.
Yeah,
and catch a little curb.
Steering wheel, bumper. Bang it over. Come on,
best
slice
invention in cars was the backup cam.
It's the second best invention in the 21st century.
Yep.
Yeah.
The iPhone's number 1. That's number 2.
Because I have had only one car. So I've had 2 cars that I've driven. Only one of them has had the backup cam. That's my current car. But even before, I was a pretty good parallel parker before. But now it's so freaking easy.
Backup cam and the lines.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys put your hand on the when you guys back up? You guys
still not anymore.
Still,
do you still do
Absolutely.
it?
Still,
I
still
you do just because it's habit.
I saw my dad do it, and I was one like that arm comes over. I love that.
Before the backup camera, you kind of had to. It's the kind of way to kind of orient yourself. But now it's hand on the wheel, looking at the stupid camera, and you're coming back and waiting for it to beep to tell you not to go anywhere.
You line up with the mirrors of the car that you're trying to park behind.
Yeah.
And I hate an audience. That's my least favorite thing. I hate when, because I'm a good parallel parker, but occasionally, like, my friend will be in the car or someone will be watching me, and I'm like, that's the time I inevitably mess up because I get stage fright.
That's what Brenda messes up too. She's like,
when
she gets frustrated. She's like, dude, can you just shut up? If not, you go and parallel park the
or
car.
like just go inside, leave me alone. I'll park this.
You want to get somebody on tilt fast?
Yeah,
is if you're riding in the car but not driving when they're attempting to park in the parallel park, and right when they start, you're like too shallow. oh,
you're telling him?
Criticize it like,
my
nope,
God.
you didn't cut it enough.
That twist a little bit?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you got to go forward. No, crank it and just start completely.
My old
Throw it over.
roommate
Throw it
was
over.
like the worst at it because we have like street parking. My old roommate was the worst at it, and every time he's just like, "I need you to get out of the car, and I'm gonna go park farther away."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right."
With a manual transmission.
Okay, I'm going to take a bet. You know how to drive.
Of course, yes.
You do not.
I have driven a manual before.
That means no.
You have. I give you the keys to my car. It's a manual transmission.
No.
You need to save our lives. Can you get us out of there?
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's how I learned. That's how I learned.
Yeah,
I mean,
on a manual.
Me
right.
too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My uncle got drunk, and he's like, "I need you to drive us home." I was like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, you need to drive us home. I'm not driving like this." And that's how I learned.
Did you burn the clutch? Did you burn the clutch up?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I did not.
But all the European cars.
But it did pull in.
Yeah.
So I'm so good at, I taught Brenda's brother how to drive, clutch, stick, whatever. He's a truck driver now. So.
Oh, look at you. There you go.
And it's quote unquote real driving, as my parents say.
You never know who you might inspire. Yes.
I can't remember the last time I saw one.
True. I know. Great. A manual transmission?
Yeah.
We still have one in the driveway. It's
Do
my
you
mom's
really?
old Colt. Yeah.
Colt?
It's an old Colt. Chevy Colt.
Yep. Colt like a horse?
Yes. She bought it on a whim during her lunch break, and it was one of those things we just kept forever. Yeah, so it's a manual transmission. Doesn't even have a stereo or air conditioning.
Mine was a 95 Jetta.
Yeah, see? Yes. Gets out,
Until
too.
the clutch gave out.
Old Colt.
Is it a Dodge Colt?
A Dodge.
Is it Dodge or
Yeah,
Chevy?
Dodge.
It's blue Dodge Colt. Okay.
Yeah.
What year?
I'm still looking. It's Plymouth Colt.
Plymouth Colt?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Chevy Colt is not coming up.
I still have the key on my keychain. Yeah,
There's
just in
Chevy
case.
Bolt, which is
Well,
really
there's
bizarre.
and Volt. There's
Yeah.
Bolt and Volt, but not Colt.
This had to be in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Are we Dr.
80s.
Seuss right now?
Yeah, crazy.
I could not
Yeah.
in a box. I could not with a fox. All right, I want to read to you what the Browns general manager had to say about Travis Hunter potentially being a two-way guy. This is Andrew Berry, the Browns general manager. He says, quote, "It's a little bit like Ohtani, where he's playing one side. He's an outstanding player. If he's a pitcher, he's a hitter, he's an outstanding player. You obviously get a unicorn if you use him both ways." Talking about the
unicorn? Yeah. You do. I totally agree. It's just the one thing is Ohtani's not getting hit. I mean, he can be thrown at, but you don't do that
Not really,
anymore.
not anymore, yeah.
I mean, Travis Hunter has to come up, and he has to be the hammer sometimes. So you can't hide cornerbacks from tackling. You're going to have to. And if you're a coordinator worth his salt, if that's their best receiver playing cornerback, then everything I got is going that direction.
Yeah.
To make him take on blocks, to make him take on running backs, to make him work a lot so I can slow him down for the other side. So 6 in one, half dozen in the other. And I'll say this about his talent. Day one, if he just played corner, he'd be one of the best in the league inside of 2 years.
Okay.
He's that good.
Yeah.
These young guys coming out of college now, they're not scared by the passing game. They're at the top of their game as far as skill position is concerned on defense. As a receiver, if you committed to receiver, it'll take a little work, but at some point, he'll be among the best in the NFL at receiver.
He could be a Pro Bowl level wide receiver.
He needs some seasoning there at receiver. He could be
He's
that guy.
further away, but he could get there.
Right. At corner, day one, go play. At receiver, if he's just playing receiver, it'll take some time.
I understand.
Marvin Harrison's still trying to figure it out.
Right. I get what Andrew Berry is saying. What he's saying is you draft him, and if you just get one or the other, it's still a success.
Mm-hmm.
If you happen to get both, you get the value like a Shohei Ohtani, where it's a unicorn. It's just 1 in a million, right? Where I got both of these things, and even if I only get one, it's still a really good deal, but I actually got two.
Mm-hmm.
I understand his point. What I don't like is, can we not put Shohei Ohtani's name next to anybody else until somebody else does the thing?
It's the best example you could find of a guy doing two things that are impossible.
I get it, but until somebody else does two things at the peak of the profession, like, I get it. Travis Hunter kind of was Ohtani-ish in college football, but the problem is college football is like AA baseball.
Yeah,
that it's
a little
not.
different.
It's not the major leagues. It's not the NFL.
I would have said Charles Woodson. That would have been a better.
Woodson,
yeah.
Quite frankly, Dion. Right? Guys that occasionally will go on offense and do it. Like, you could spot him, and then maybe in a million years, if he's really killing it, going, hey, this is kind of a little Ohtani-ish.
Are you protecting Shohei or everyone else? Oh, okay.
Shohei.
Okay.
Like, Shohei is doing the thing at the highest level. This is not, hey, I was a good two-way player in college. Hey, I even did a little two-way in the minor leagues. Hey, you know what? When we run out of guys, they'll let me hit, and I actually have a chance to get a hit. We've seen that, but we've never seen this. So until we see he is in, to use the baseball, he's an all-pro DH, and he's an all-pro pitcher. Until he's Travis Hunter's that, let's not.
Feel you. I mean, that's the only two-way unicorn I can think of. So, and that's what he's trying to say. If we draft the guy, we get the same approach. We get a receiver and a DB. But I'm just physically impossible. I do not think Travis Hunter is the best football player born ever. I don't. Because I think there are guys that could have done this before him, and there have been. Really. And there are better athletes than him. But you're telling me this kid at 6'2", is that how tall he is? 6'2", like 185, all of a sudden can be able to take all that on both sides of the ball consistently in the pros? No.
You said exactly
6 feet, 188.
Right 6 feet, 188. All right. You just said, do I think he's the best football player ever? No, I agree with you. Nobody was saying Shohei Ohtani was the best baseball player ever until he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I'm intrigued by it. In your case of, look, they're just going to steamroll him. Like, if he is this guy, they're just going to physically make it impossible for him because football is so – you can literally put your hands on him and affect his performance.
I can go hit him.
You can go hit him. You can't do that in baseball. But every once – and I'm not saying Travis Hunter is this. I don't – if I had to make a bet, I would bet against him being this. But no one was saying Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player of all time until, turns out, he might be. And the only way we found out he might be is somebody let him do it.
Okay. Well, I bet that's my worst fear if he does go to Cleveland. I think Cleveland will give him everything he wants. Yeah. And they'll let him play. And I think he's out of the league inside of 5 years.
Where would be the bet? If you were going to try this and try to set him up for the most success possible, where would be the place for him to try to do that?
If I could pick a spot, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
I would put him in Kansas City in a heartbeat because I think they would use him to the best of his ability, but they would do it right. They would absolutely not wear him out. And
Can you protect him on defense, like the physical part you're talking about? Nothing to do?
No. I mean, like receivers, this is the funny thing. And this is all part of game planning. They will say either we're going to let the corner tackle or let the safeties tackle. If you've got these corners that are skill guys that refuse to come up and hit, it's all go block safeties. We'll let the corner come up and deal with our running backs and take that pounding. Yeah. And then you get the screens and you get the O-lineman out there. There's no way to protect the guy on defense.
Yeah. So much for that. Good luck, Travis. You're going to need it. If they're running old linemen at him, that's a wrap. All right, JJ, your move, pal. Let's see what you can come up with in game 2. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy a round for the bar.
Yeah.
Luka did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair.
Travis, that would be an ugly statue.
Which one?
I'm looking at the picture of LeBron hitting the historic shot.
Yeah.
The record-breaking shot.
Kind of like a little fadeaway kind of situation?
No, kind of, sort of. That's a weird-looking statue.
His best moment could still be written.
Yeah, true.
And it's got an ugly headband on. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
His best moment could happen this playoff series with the Lakers, because it sucks because I feel like Lakers fans' memories of LeBron, his best season probably was that COVID season, so you didn't get the experience of being there, and maybe this postseason run could be on his shoulders.
Could be. I think that statue that you're talking about, that is a iconic moment in NBA history. He became the all-time leading scorer. To memorialize that, even if it's not the most dynamic statue.
But it's not logo worthy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not. I agree with you, but
looks like something you see at the rec.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. No, you're not wrong.
That looks like Slick Watts.
What a great name, by the way.
Slick Watts, great name.
What
I know.
a great name.
It does with the headband and the way he's shooting it. Yeah, right there.
That's really good.
I looked it up because the dude named Thomas Bryant was actually, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
He was actually calling for the ball in the paint. Are you really?
I mean, he thought he was open. What do you want from the guy? He wanted the ball.
He really wanted the
I'm
ball
open.
in that moment. Okay, yeah.
Guess what?
What?
A 20-plus year streak came to an end yesterday.
What happened?
For me.
20-year streak?
20-year streak. Something had not happened to me that happened yesterday.
What? 20
Golf?
years.
Oh, yesterday?
Yesterday.
Golf?
No.
Related?
No, not golf related. It's like 22 if I really stopped and think about it, I think. 22 years. That hadn't happened yesterday.
You threw up?
I got a ticket.
You got a ticket? Oh, no. Man. What'd you do?
I got a ticket.
What'd you do?
I was coming back from Santa Barbara yesterday morning. Left nice and early because I didn't want to deal with traffic, right? So I was on the road by just a little after 8.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going wide open roads. And I get on the phone with my son, Bobby, and we're chit-chatting. We chat for like an hour. So I'm all the way into Thousand Oaks on my way home.
And by the way, are you phone against your face?
Nope.
Okay.
On the speaker in the car.
Hands-free.
Hands-free.
Yep.
Doing it the way that you're supposed to do it. And I have my cruise control set at a reasonable speed. I'm not going fast. And I don't drive fast. That's like, I don't worry about getting speeding tickets because I really don't speed.
Okay.
And I hang up with Bob, and just out of habit, just literally, boop, hit the button, end the call, and I pick up my phone to see if anybody had texted me during the call, because I was on the phone for like an hour, right? So I'm just a quick little look. Susan was flying. I just wanted to just have it. Just look. I take it out of the cup holder. I pick it up and I look at it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds, see that nothing is going on. And I put it, as I'm putting it back into the cup holder, I look through the passenger side window, and there's a CHP guy on a motorcycle just staring at me.
Wow.
Just
really?
Staring at me. And he looks at me, and I set the phone back down in the cup holder, and he slows down a little bit, moves in right behind me, lights me up, pulls me over, writes me a ticket for looking at my phone. First ticket I've gotten in like...
For 2 or 3 seconds? You couldn't talk him out of it?
I said to him, he goes, I saw you looking at your phone. I said, I know. I said I was. I said, I'm really sorry. I know I shouldn't do that. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. Like, didn't try to argue. And
could that 2 or 3 seconds be 15 or 20?
No, absolutely
really?
Not.
I mean, he caught you at the right moment.
It was, and it was almost like he looked at me like, dude, now I have to, because we made eye contact with one another, right?
Wow, that sucks.
The first ticket I've had in 20 plus years.
What's actually what's the?
I haven't looked.
Where do they
yet.
call it?
Oh, he goes. Officer Ochoa got me.
Yeah.
He
should have told him you knew Jorge.
I should have.
There you go.
I should have.
Which one?
I should have.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, well, I'm citing you for looking at your phone while driving." And I went, okay.
Dang.
Like I was.
Okay.
I was.
You going to pay the fine?
I need to figure out how much it is. I haven't even looked. I haven't even
You should
examined
go to
the
court.
ticket yet.
Go to court and explain it. They may throw it out.
What's my explanation? What's my case?
I don't think I was on my phone for more than a second.
That would be a second too long according to the law, I think.
I
You're not
mean,
supposed to have it in your hand at all.
You may cast the judge on a good day. 1 second, and you gave this guy a ticket. This is stupid. Get him out of here.
Right, but then he admitted here, yeah, I did. I was on my phone. So.
I did.
So
okay, all right.
I did.
It might have been longer than 2 or 3 seconds.
What was the last
I really, because
Yeah.
it was one of those, like, I picked it up, I looked, I saw him, I'm like, uh-oh, and yeah.
He was tracking you.
And he literally went like this, like not just with getting behind me, he
Yeah.
literally went like
Get
pointing,
over.
pointing to the shoulder.
Get over.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, of course, be safe out there. Yes, thank you.
I'd have put Jorge on the speakerphone ASAP. I would have.
Amigo.
Right. Why not?
He was perfectly pleasant. He doing his job. It's my fault.
Yeah.
I have nobody to blame other than myself. And that was the worst part. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to blame somebody.
Oh, no.
There's
blame
nobody
you.
to blame. It's me.
Yeah.
I did it.
You missed the shot.
I did it.
Yeah.
Nobody
That's
knows
so
how to
funny.
fix this.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
and
terrible.
you know it's going to be a couple $100 or whatever it is.
That's all right.
But now I'm going to have to do traffic school or whatever because I need to.
It's not a bad thing. Traffic school's actually fun. The online version.
Oh, I've
It's
never
actually,
had the pleasure.
I've had to do it once.
What do you do on? You
just
sit
answer
there?
a bunch of questions. You have to
Do I
take
have to
like
pay attention.
Not if you know it.
Yeah.
You can click through it.
It's
That's what
like
I'm saying.
doing one of our,
trainings.
It's like I wouldn't describe it as fun. It
Yeah.
might be easy.
It's something you have to complete. It takes you about an hour. Like they make you have to do it.
Oh, if it's an hour, that's nothing.
You can
you could do it.
But
Okay.
you can definitely do it. Yeah.
An hour's nothing.
Nothing.
Had a nice-
Absolutely nothing.
Had a
Yeah.
nice little heater going.
Then you
Right.
get a
Nice
certificate that you completed it and you're good.
Yeah. And
20
some
plus
stuff,
years.
and probably know because you have to do it. Some stuff, if you like, wow, I did not know that. Like when they ask you,
Oh,
I
okay.
legit
Yep.
didn't know that, and let me go look it up. Oh, that's the law. Oh, okay.
If anybody has a workaround, let me know.
hey, there's always a guy.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. 877-710 ESPN, just in case. It is a Kings playoff game day on 710. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's game at Crypto.com as the Kings take on the Oilers. Just listen for your cue to call, and when you hear it, be calling number 7 at 877-710 ESPN, and you will be at Crypto.com arena tonight. Be sure to listen to all the coverage starting at 6:30 p.m. on the all-new ESPN LA app. Let's try a quick phone call here. Let's go to Los Angeles and Chris. Chris, you're on with Trav and DeMarco. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sweet Tea? What's up, DeMarco?
What's up?
Jorge?
What's up, fool?
Hey, so I wanted to talk a little bit about LeBron. See what you think, Trav. Statue-wise, right now, I as a Laker fan, I don't think he deserves it yet. But if he wins it this year, he 100% deserves it. That guy, he works his ass off with his team, and that I'll give him. But if they go out the first round, the Laker fans are going to come for him, and we're going to jump on the Luka train, and hopefully we go all in on Luka. What do you think about that, Trav?
Well,
if you do go out in round one, make sure it's 7 games.
Yeah. I'm
told-
with you, DeMarco.
Yeah.
What
Make
Chris
sure
told
it's
me
7 games.
on the phone too is like if he doesn't get it this year, he's never getting it. Like if he doesn't get past this, if he doesn't get the championship this year, he's probably never getting it from the Laker fans.
Well, look, he's 40 years old. I think what he says is actually quite interesting. If you get a few more games like Saturday night's game, you're in a weird spot.
If he goes out scoring 19?
Well, you just go out and you go out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, the Lakers had a really good season, right? They got the 3rd seed. They've had a really good season. But if they go into a series against Minnesota and get their clocks cleaned, which I don't think they are, again, it's 1-0. There's a lot of basketball left in the series. But and Chris is asking us this question, DeMarco. If they do lose, and if they do, and it's kind of lopsided, you're in a weird spot because, of course, Luka's the future. Of course, every decision that you make from this point forward is going to be run through does this help Luka, right? And if it helps LeBron too, great. If it helps both of them, great. But Luka is priority number 1. And having a 40-year-old that maybe at some point starts to show his age, those decisions need to get made. He occupies a really unique place in Laker history. He's never going to be Magic Johnson. He's never going to be Kobe Bryant because those guys were here and only here. And they won and won and won. They each won 5 titles. He's not going to be Shaquille O'Neal because Shaq had this incredibly
larger than life.
Larger than life. And quite frankly, Shaq won 3 titles here and was the best player on it. And Shaq's highest other moment came in Miami after the Lakers.
Shaq is so popular, he played for Boston and it didn't matter.
Right. LeBron's best moments came in Cleveland. They came in Miami. They also came in Los Angeles, but it was his last stop. So it's just a weird position for him to occupy.
LeBron is going to have a statue outside of crypto. He's going to. So whether he wins or loses this series, I don't think it matters. LeBron will have a statue outside that arena.
I agree.
To make it more palatable for Laker fans that hate him, he needs to have a good series or a good playoff run this year and possibly win a championship to make them love that statue and love the idea of it. But make no mistake, I think it's going to be out there.
I couldn't agree more. It's going to be out there.
Yes.
I'm with you 100%. He's a little unlucky in the sense that to Emily's point, his greatest moment at a Laker came when the world was upside down and inside out.
We missed it. Yeah.
We missed it. We couldn't celebrate it with him, right? You weren't able to throw the party, to have the parade, to be that moment where he did it for us. It was like, yeah, cool, that's on, but am I going to die today? It was it was just a weird time for all of us. So he didn't get the benefit of it. And then since then, it's been a mixed bag. He's getting a little older. It's now
it's the Luka era.
And now it's the Luka era. He was a little unlucky in the timing of it all.
True. But look, I think he belongs in the same breath as those other players. Magic, Shaq, Kobe. He is clearly one of the greats of the game ever. But will he be everyone's favorite Laker? Probably not. Not even close. But will he be statue worthy? He already is.
Yep.
From the day he won that championship here.
Guys, I'll tell you this. The second he signed a contract with the Lakers, he was getting one.
Done. Well, okay. If he failed here,
he was never going to fail.
But if he did, if they never won that one, maybe.
I think even if they didn't win that one, he passed Kareem. He had a bunch of All-Star teams. You know what I mean? Like it's just
that would have factored in, but that might have been Jordan wearing the 4-5.
Yes, but it was going. It's short of him playing one season, getting hurt. It just never.
Right. Yeah.
He's been here.
He's been here.
Time.
A long time. You started the statue the day you signed him. When he won the championship,
that's well said.
It's solidified. Yes. So whether Laker fans accept it or not, that's the issue.
Yep.
And I think maybe you could win them back or win them over with this championship
emotionally.
Yes. Getting past the Timberwolves.
We got to do it. Everybody's got to do it together.
Yeah.
Like the team, the city, the all of it. We just got robbed of that. It just was think about the difference between the Dodgers in 2020 when they won in COVID and the parade you and I went to a few months ago.
That was emotional. That was an outpouring of love.
It was just a million miles apart, and a lot of those guys were on the team.
Do you think that LeBron will ever win over Skip Bayless?
I don't care.
Me either. Do you think he will ever win over Skip Bayless? Could he win over Skip Bayless this year?
Skip Bayless doesn't believe what he's saying.
He hates LeBron.
No, he doesn't. He's doing a bit.
Well, with that.
And my point is that there is no winning the bit. No matter what happens, I hate that guy.
It's just the face of LeBron hate. I'm saying, could LeBron?
It's so artificial.
Play his way out of that box this year.
So artificial.
Of course it is.
Deeply uninteresting,
and it's stupid. Right? I know.
It's just I know what you're doing, and I don't want to look.
So there are some people that feel that way that are Laker fans. No matter what he does, he's never come out of that box. Period.
I don't care about those people. Right. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't care.
And we're all going to be outside looking at the statue.
If that's your opinion, cool. Go have your opinion. That's dumb, and I don't deal with dumb people.
A little bit, right.
Yeah. Not doing it. JJ, your move. That's next. Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and for the 4th consecutive season, the Los Angeles Kings meet the Edmonton Oilers in round 1.
Long shot, tipped wide, loose puck. They score! Warren Foegele back in Alberta. He gives the Kings a 1-0 lead less than 3 minutes into the game. And Foegele hands it to Moore. Centering pass. Gavrikov shoots and scores! Here they come in a 2-on-1. Kopitar to the right circle. A shot. They score. Kempe on the 2-on-1 with Kopitar. And nearing the midway point of the third, it is 5-0 LA. Final few seconds tick off the clock. And here in Edmonton tonight, the Kings clinch home ice in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with a commanding 5-0 win over their first round opponents, the Edmonton Oilers.
It's the Kings and the Oilers in Game 1. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Draft day coming up on Thursday. Why not kick it off at Legends Attic in Claremont with myself and DeMarco on Thursday, April 24th. That, of course, is during our show, 9 to noon, as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer DeMarco's teammate Isaac Bruce. You'll have the chance to win signed memorabilia, trading cards as well, Legends Attic gear, and some baseball tickets. I think we all know what that means. For more information, visit legendsattic.com.
How does that knock you out?
Yeah, the Luis Arraez and the second baseman for the Astros, whose name escapes me at the moment, they collided at first base yesterday. Arraez got taken off on a stretcher. Like, he was hurt.
I'm looking at the slow-mo. I guess he must have ran right into the guy's shoulder with his chin.
Yeah.
And that's what knocked him out.
He got a cut in his mouth, I guess, but he was unconscious on the ground. Like, you could see his lights were off.
Either he's acting or he's sleeping, one or the other. But they're blaming the other guy? They're blaming the first baseman? How?
The second baseman. He was covering the bag. I don't think it's his fault. It's one of those things that happens occasionally. They were both in the same spot at the same time, going kind of fast.
But how can you blame me when you ran into me?
They both ran into each other. They're both coming from
I got my
opposite
back to you.
directions. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's one of those things that happens occasionally, I guess. Yeah,
Plus, the rise looks bigger than the second baseman.
Yeah.
It's what surprised me.
I don't know if a rise is bigger than anybody.
I'm just saying it just looks like he's big. Like,
yeah.
You got no chin.
Right? Yeah.
You got no chin.
At the beginning, I'm like, oh, that's nothing, but it was something.
Oh,
You got no whiskers.
He was knocked out.
You're a mere con.
Let's try focal here. Let's go to Agoura Hills and Mike. Mike, what's going on today?
Hey, Travis, how are you?
Good.
So I got the same ticket you got about 2 years ago. I looked at my phone to see what time it was because I forgot my watch, and the motorcycle sheriff behind me in Westlake Village thought that was enough to get a ticket. But unless the rules have changed, the first one you get is not a moving violation. It's no points. You don't have to go to traffic school. You just pay it. And then I think if you get a second one in 36 months, then it affects your stuff.
What do you remember? What the fine was, Mike?
I think it was about like 170 or 180 bucks, something like that. But I don't know, if it's changed, and I don't know if it's based on the county or whatever. But I just suck. But literally, I looked at my phone to see what time it was, and he goes, "I don't care."
Yeah, Mike, thank you for the call. I was not far from, well, you said Westlake. I literally was in that Ventura, Thousand Oaks, Westlake. Yeah, it was bad.
Mike isn't there anymore, but Mike, doesn't your car have a clock?
I did it.
I don't know.
That's a good point. It's right
there.
there.
No, I'm asking to Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their cars have clocks.
Maybe it's broken.
But maybe it's broken.
Yeah.
Maybe it's broken.
Never
Thank
know.
you, Mike. That DeMarco.
What?
That's like if it were 50, it's like, If it were 300, I'd be outraged.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I don't know.
170, like that's a couple. I could play golf twice
I would
for that. Maybe
rather-
3 times.
I'd rather most people keep their eyes on the road.
Yes.
Yes.
But they could have let me slide.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Yeah.
Tony in Los Angeles. What's going on, Tony?
What's up, guys? What's up, Trav? What's up, D-Far? What's up, Fool? What's up?
What's up, Fool?
This is more for you. WrestleMania 41, I was there at Monday Night Raw when you were there, and I know you're a big wrestling fan. What do you think about main event Jey Uso winning, Dirty Dom winning the IC, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman?
Dom is going to make me mess around and like him. Dom is going to make me mess around and like him at some point. I do. I love the act. Go ahead.
I'm starting to feel the same way about Dom. Like, I'm kind of like feeling something, but like now that he won, I kind of like, I have a little respect for the guy. As douchey as he is, I'm kind of leaning more towards him right now.
Oh, dude,
like I said,
I started out hating Roman Reigns when they were trying to shove him down our throats. I was one of the most vocal, like, anti-Roman Reigns, and now I love the guy. So I might wind up liking Dom because of that, too. I thought the show was meh.
You were I asked you about it this morning, and you were very lukewarm.
But I felt like that. I felt like that about the product for a while now. Yeah, for a while. It's kind of been hit or miss. Maybe I'm getting too old for it.
Well,
or I'm starting to see the like you said, when you're at Disney and the lights come on when you're inside and you get to see how everything is actually made.
The seams.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah, there's a reason that stuff's dark.
And I was waiting for The Rock to show up.
Oh, did he not?
No.
It's all right. Maybe it's
it
time.
happens.
Maybe it's time, DeMarco, to put your WWE.
Yes.
Yeah. It just kind of.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Once they got you, they got you.
They pull me back in.
What's his name? Shane? Is that what the new guy that you were talking about? What was the guy that he just mentioned that he
Dom?
likes? Dom.
Yeah.
Shane. That's not even close.
You know who Dom is, right? You know who Rey Mysterio is?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This Dom's his son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they actually, this was
his real son or like son?
No,
and,
his
like,
real son. So they had this weird. So there's always weird storylines. They had a weird storyline with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. They were fighting over the what do you call that? Who was the father of Dom?
Okay.
It was an actual storyline. They were really fighting over it.
A storyline, or there was actually a dispute as to who his
it wasn't real,
father.
but they were selling it as
okay.
They didn't know who Dom's father really was. Was it Eddie or was it Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
But it's really Rey's kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so that's just a script thing.
Just a script thing. Yes.
Yeah, 'cause if that would be a pretty good fight.
I mean,
like if it were real, like if his
sold it.
if his paternity was a mystery, like I'm in. I'll watch that. But if it's just a storyline, I don't know. All right, it is a Kings playoff game day here on 710. Listen today for your chance to win tickets to tonight's game. Crypto.com, Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. How about we do this? How about you call in right now, and if you are caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776, you will get to go to the game tonight at Crypto.com Arena. Be sure to listen to the call of the entire game starting at 6:30 on the all-new ESPN LA app. A little hot and cold coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
You know what? I get so pissed off. I like a good mojito. I am amazed at the number of times I order a mojito and it's totally half-assed. Like, do these guys even know how to muddle? It's like nobody wants to muddle the mint, and so they just throw a sprig of mint in. I want well-muddled mint in a mojito. What do I have to do to get that?
You have to exactly say the order that way. So this is my order if somebody says, what do you want to drink? I'll say, I'll have a whiskey sour with Maker's Mark in a rocks glass with ice.
Ooh, specific.
Because if I don't say that, they will bring me like a high glass with a little dainty garnish on it with no ice.
Yeah.
You need to say, muddle it.
Muddle!
And if the bartender's any good, he'll know.
Yeah, I want a good mint muddler.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Free, gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right, free. I told you, gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob. Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at LALive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's LALive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Aloha.
Hi.
Hody.
I was waiting for you guys. And shout out to Andy Ganchino, who just won tickets to the Kings game tonight.
Oh, nice work.
Sent us pics. Excited for you to see Game 1 and playoffs. He said he's also going to go to Game 3.
Ooh.
Already has tickets, so exciting for him. So hopefully it comes out with a W for the Kings. So what's hot is Joe Mazzulla. So if you guys watched the Celtics game, there was a point in the game in which Jason Tatum was down on the ground for a while and kind of writhing in pain, couldn't get up. And Joe Mazzulla, if you aren't familiar with him, is a successful coach, is a championship head coach, but also is kind of crazy. He has them watch The Town. He says he lives every day like it's his last day. He's very similar to me to like Nick Sirianni and Dan Hurley, where they could be incredibly successful, but they're also kind of crazy. And so when Tatum was down on the ground, you can see Joe Mazzulla go, "Get up!" Yell at him, "Get up! Get off the ground!" And probably some other expletives. And then a trainer to the side of him is trying to like, maybe I need to go out there.
Help him, yeah.
And he says, chill out. He's fine. Yeah. And it's like, bro, that's
weird.
not a way to treat your star.
I was going to say, and that's Jason Tatum, right? I mean, that is the most important guy on your team. Theoretically, not even theoretically, he is the most important guy on your team. It was weird because this isn't boxing. You know, you can take a minute, get down, make sure he's okay, get him up, and let's kind of go back the other way. It was a little different to see.
Can a coach be too crazy? Can it?
Oh God, yeah.
Can it be not good enough? Like right now, Mazzulla is good enough to be this crazy. What's the
I don't
crazy
think
line?
he cusses though.
Does he not use profanity?
No, I think it's the opposite of. Yeah.
There's results will allow a lot of things to just kind of you'll roll your eyes, but you keep doing it because everything's working out. The Boston Celtics won 61 games. They're the defending NBA champions. They're really good, and Joe Mazzulla being that guy is. All right, it's working out. The second it's not working out is when that stuff is like, we got to make a change.
Your kid ever fallen, like when they were little?
Yeah.
Fallen in front of you?
Yeah.
And you know they're okay, but everybody else is like, oh my God.
Sure.
What do you really want to say to your kid? Get your butt up.
Yeah.
You're okay.
If he's okay.
If he's okay. You know when your kid's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
usually.
assuming he knows if his guy's all right. Get up.
You're hoping.
Get up. You know,
if my child were making $50 million a season, I
mean,
might be a little more.
Just saying.
But it also might be an Anthony Davis kind of thing where you're like, all right, I've seen this
Tatum's
film
a tough
before.
guy, though. Like
Yeah, he is.
Tatum's not a lay on the ground and scream,
No.
Anthony Davis, and then get up and run down the floor,
Glass now.
fall on the ground, scream,
Right.
and then get up and run back the other way. Like, he's not that guy.
No.
If he's down, he's probably down for a reason.
It
Have you
might
guys-
be an issue. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the show How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
So in the show, there's a hot, crazy scale that you
Yeah.
could be this hot and this crazy, but never the two lines shall cross, or you have to have a
Right.
certain like axis
Right.
that's crossing. You can't be too hot, and only so hot outweighs your crazy. Anyway, that's what I feel about Joe Mazzulla.
All of those, like, their hockey coaches are like this too.
Yeah.
That sometimes they wear out their welcome, and the
Yeah.
players just tune them out. And it's not just they just need a new body in there.
Well,
It's just a new thing.
If I am hurt and you're telling me to get up and I'm really hurt, then
Yeah.
that would drive me nuts. But
Yeah.
if you're just being a little
and making us
Yeah.
watch The Town before every
He's
game.
an intense individual, which
I like the Town though.
Town's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Every day
We're gonna
It's like,
hurt some people.
yeah, okay.
Whose car we taking?
It's definitely not the best movie ever, but it's not bad. It's
Jeremy
just
Renner is pretty good in that movie. He's a lunatic.
very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And then what's cold is Luka's phone. So Luka sat down with Malika Andrews before the game on Saturday, and just did kind of like a long interview talking about what's happening, talking about his feelings. And someone related to Luka, I don't know if it was his wife / girlfriend or if it was someone else in his inner circle, told Malika, "You want to see the evidence of that night?"
I think it was Luka himself.
No, she brought it in.
Yeah.
A woman connected to her brought it in, and it's like Luka was like, "Yeah, when I got the call, I threw my phone across the room," and they showed a picture, an image of Luka's broken phone. So shout out to Luka's phone, and that's what's cold.
Shout out.
I don't know if you guys got a chance to check this out yet. Tim McMahon, who we had on the show not that long ago, wrote a story for ESPN.com that I saw this morning. I don't know when it dropped officially, but about the Luka trade, about a year and a half leading up to the Luka trade, some of the other things that Nico Harrison had done inside the building. some of the other people that he had fired, some of the relationships that he had let lapse, Dirk Nowitzki, some others. This is not going well for him. This you know, we kept saying, hey, there might be something going on. Hey, man, maybe they didn't want to pay him. Hey, man, the owners. If this is accurate, and I have no reason to believe that it isn't, then this is a guy that's lost his mind. This is a guy that is letting his ego and him needing to be in control, and anybody that offers a varying point of view needs to be removed.
Yeah.
He already has an enormous problem on his hands. But if these sorts of things start to happen, this is not a, hey, we told you to do this. This could be a, he brought it up.
Practice.
Yeah.
Or I'm like a hired agent of chaos. I need you to do all this stuff because we're trying to move.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
That would be, that was not hinted at all. This was a man who has the desire to control every single thing, and he needs people that don't question him, because most really good leaders,
then you're crazy.
They want differing points of view. They want to hear the other side. They want to hear why that's not a good idea, and so they can process the whole thing and then ultimately make whatever decision they want to make. But if every time I say something, it goes, yeah, that's a great idea, I don't need that. I need some guys that are going to say, well, have you thought about this or this?
Do they not know basketball in Dallas then? Like,
right.
Yeah. Don't you know this is bad?
Right.
Yeah.
Nico had another press conference today. This one was open, I think, to recording. But in it, this is quoted from NBA Central. But I did know Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't know quite to this level.
Oh, stop. See, just stop speaking.
Yeah.
No more speaking
Make it worse,
for you.
buddy.
Yeah, just stop. Just stop talking. Yeah.
Yes.
Even if this was a plan, you're still messing it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you said, somebody needs to put their hand on Nico's shoulder and say, Nico, just not right now, buddy.
It's like you admitting, yes, sir, I was just sending a quick text to my son real quick. Doug, shut up.
Yeah. Just
stop talking.
You're making it worse. You can't make it better. That's one of those things, too.
It can't get any worse.
Sometimes, sure it can. That made it a little bit worse.
They hate you.
Saying you didn't understand how much they loved him, believe it or not, made it a little worse. Just let it be whatever level of terrible it is, and let it sit there for a minute. Don't dig a deeper hole.
No.
Let the hole start to fill in with time. Just don't get out your shovel and start making it worse.
Build him one of those escape hatches like the Brazilian referees in soccer. That's how you get in and out of the building.
Right out of there. Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. So, speaking of Luka had a bunch of points. He didn't distribute the ball that well. He got off to a great start, but the Lakers, they got smoked. They got beat pretty soundly.
Like a pack of cools.
Yeah, they got beat. Like there was no, but if no, stop. They got beat. They got beat.
Yep.
How much of what happens tomorrow night during Game 2 is on J.J. Redick's plate to fix, or at least attempt to fix, the big problems, which were, they got out-rebounded, their defense was really bad, and nobody really, other than Luka, seemed to have any offensive flow at all.
I think a lot of it is on his plate, and I don't think it's going to come from the X's and O's. I think this is going to come from how do we say this? It's not a motivational standpoint. You're already motivated. But just being ready out of the gate. You have to match their intensity. I think the intensity battle was won by the Timberwolves, and it's going to be hard to combat in game number 2. But that's JJ's job.
Did you?
Yeah.
I want to stop right there. Mm-hmm. I didn't get the sense that the Lakers weren't playing hard or that they weren't intense. I just thought they played bad. And maybe to me, there's a difference in those two things. But to me, that felt like they played bad. I thought they played hard. Mm-hmm. I thought that they were competitive. They just were bad.
A lot of the,
which I can kind of
rebounding, all second chance points. I mean, that's the effort stuff.
Okay.
They just outdid you in certain areas, and then they outdid you in the most important stat. They outscored you. Quarters 2 and 3 were all them. Yeah, you were barely there. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you have to show up a little bit more. That, to me, that's all JJ. That's before you take the floor. But I expect LeBron to bounce back. He's not going to be as quiet as he was in game 1.
Reeves too.
But he's got a tougher road to hoe because they're coming after him. on the defensive side.
I mean, I get that they're targeting him perhaps a little bit more than
and I'm not sure if he's been through that before.
But he's been a target on that end of the floor before, and his offense has not been as absent as it was that night.
But not playoff basketball, and not when you're part of the Big Three.
Yeah.
When they're counting on you and your offensive production to win games.
It was a huge surprise to me. Look, everybody can have a bad game, but to have that bad of a game caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
I did not think that he had a performance like that. I thought his floor had come up beyond
I don't think that will happen again in this series, or maybe it won't happen again on Tuesday. I think he'll have a bounce back performance. And the Lakers will put up, I don't want to say effort. It's not effort. They'll have a better performance than a quality performance in game 2.
The quality needs to be there.
Because if they go down 2-0,
right,
cancel Christmas.
There's something about like sometimes you actually did study for the test and you still got a D or whatever. You're like, I actually did the work. It's like, yeah, but you're doing the wrong work. Like you didn't do it right. You're
missing a step.
I'm glad that you tried, but let's go back to the beginning and see what part of this you're missing.
Yeah, see that? That's supposed to be a 4.
Yeah. Magic's Twitter feed is Magic's Twitter feed. I think we all know what that means, right? He tweeted this: Coach J.J. Redick did a great job all season, but he didn't do a good job in Game 1. The Lakers stood around on offense, played too much one-on-one basketball, and he didn't make any necessary adjustments.
Luka had 1 assist.
That's kind of
And as far as Magic goes, that's as biting as he gets
on
Twitter.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. No, for Magic, that's real heavy criticism.
Yes.
That's not what he typically does.
Luka had 1 assist in the game. Yeah. That tells you everything you need to know.
The Lakers only had 15 assists as a team.
I know.
Okay, but also JJ can't get out there and play. Like, he could probably give them all these things to do, and if they can't execute them, they can't execute them.
Remember, this is
it didn't feel like they tried anything different, though. It felt like they kept trying the same thing over and over
This
again.
was the Shaq and D-Wade years when Riley was coaching, and he had everybody throw in something important into a bucket.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's the sort of stuff I mean. You're going to have to get these guys galvanized, some sort of message that gets the best out of them. Because he's going to come at you. You know this, right? Anthony Edwards has...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has upset on the mind.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He was really good.
I don't think he's going to stop.
No, he's not.
Yeah, and you're not going to stop him.
Probably not.
Yes.
You're going to have to make sure that Naz Reid and McDaniels don't shoot 9 out of 12 from three-point line.
Right.
You're going to have to make sure that the team, Minnesota, collectively doesn't shoot 50%. Now, if it drops down to 42%, you're still going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to come down to a more realistic number. You're going to have to rebound better. And the shooting thing, to me, for the Minnesota, I'm oddly optimistic as a Laker fan for that, because the Lakers did most of those shots were wide open looks.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't heavily contested shots, and
because you're collapsing on him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do a better job of contesting some shots, because if they're wide open, they're not going to miss a ton of them, which they didn't. But I think of all the things that went wrong, that feels to me like something that is at least reasonably easy to fix.
Should come back.
Contest those shots.
Either way, even if you don't get Austin Reeves scoring again, if he struggles the entire series, because they're going to make it hard.
Yeah.
Either way, you need more LeBron.
No more
You
LeBron.
can't have a quiet 19. That's not how this goes.
And someone else.
Yeah.
Whether that's Reeves, whether that's Rui, whether that's Gabe Vincent, or somebody else is going to have to step up and do something too.
Didn't Connect have
really
5 points in 3 minutes, and he outscored the bench?
Not enough.
That's not good.
The Dump coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and for the 4th consecutive season, the Los Angeles Kings meet the Edmonton Oilers in round 1. Long shot, tipped wide, loose puck, they score! Warren Foegele back in Alberta. He gives the Kings a 1-0 lead less than 3 minutes into the game. And Foegele hands it to Moore. Centering pass, Gavrikov shoots and scores! Here they come in a 2-on-1. Kopitar to the right circle, a shot, they score! Kempe on the 2-on-1 with Kopitar, and nearing the midway point of the third, it is 5-0 LA. Final few seconds tick off the clock. And here in Edmonton tonight, the Kings clinch home ice in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with a commanding 5-0 win over their first round opponents, the Edmonton Oilers. It's the Kings and the Oilers in Game 1. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Now, let's start with some birthdays here. Queen Elizabeth II would have been celebrating a birthday today. Is that the one that died
Just
fairly
passed,
recently?
And she would have been 99 today.
Okay.
God saves the queen.
Being queen would be an interesting job.
For you, yes.
Well, for anybody, I feel like, right? It would be more interesting for me.
Watch The Crown. It's a great
what do you do other than just kind of show up and wave at
whatever
people?
you want, Travis.
I guess.
Whatever you want.
Okay, look, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to give it a shot.
Yeah.
But at some point, does it become like, don't you have to do something at some point? Or no?
No,
think
you're a
they
royal.
Never?
No, you're a royal.
I think Queen Elizabeth was the last queen to actually be involved in things, and
Yeah.
she was there for so long, and then she reigned from like basically right after World War II until last year, and so she saw over the kind of like the loss of England's power over the world, and so.
Well, what's she supposed to do about it? Wave her scepter at people?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a good. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think that.
Wave her scepter.
Tally ho! I declare that you all shall be at the whims of Her Majesty. What is she supposed to do?
I'm hearing Monty Python.
They
I know where you're
used to
going, though. Yeah.
Be much more involved in politics, and they would be a sounding board for the prime minister. But that role has changed, and it's not the same anymore.
All I know
After
is
Elizabeth.
those guards don't play at the castle.
No.
Yeah.
No, well, they have a role.
They don't play.
They have a job.
They do have a job.
Protect her.
They
her
do
job
their
is
job.
To just, I do say.
Let me see. Make way for the Queen's Guard.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That sounded like a little James Earl Jones.
There you go.
Right there.
Yeah.
I feel like I know this name, but I don't know who Patti LuPone is. She's 76
Oh, Patti
today.
LuPone.
I don't know.
She's a Broadway actress.
Broadway
She
actress.
was Gypsy, Anything Goes. Like she originated Evita. She is an incredible
Not Madonna?
Has she ever played a queen?
I don't think.
Probably. She's probably played a queen at some point in time. She is a queen. She's a queen in my heart. She was in Agatha all along, the Disney Plus series.
I
this
knew the
past
name, but
year.
I did not know that Patti LuPone was a
This is
stage
a birthday?
actress.
Birthday.
Yes,
76.
She has a
God.
distinctive singing voice, and it's like she belts a lot, and so I like to watch videos of people mimicking Patti LuPone.
I do know this next birthday, who's celebrating his 45th. Tony Romo turns 45 today.
Nice.
I don't know, Jim.
That's Laura's cousin.
I like Romo.
Me too.
I think he does a good job.
Yeah.
Why don't you like him, man?
I think he's fine, but he. Let me find a way to talk about this appropriately for the radio. I just think that generally he gets too hype
Animated?
and he gets too. There's points in the game where he doesn't feel like an authority, and he kind of oftentimes just goes, like. I can't stand the high-pitched Tony Romo.
I like his enthusiasm. His insight is pretty good. There are very few guys that drive me crazy in those roles. Like,
True.
they would just
He's
like,
not
dude,
one of
you
them.
stop, and
Yeah.
he's certainly not one
What
of
did
those
I hear
guys.
about him? He gets too talky, and then somebody gets in his ear that he's too talky, and then he shuts down.
Is Jim Nance the guy that gets in his ear?
It may be somebody from the truck. You're talking too much, and then he shuts down.
It could happen. It could happen. It was today, Emily mentioned this earlier, 1989, that Field of Dreams was released. You a fan?
Love that movie.
Do you?
Yeah, I didn't see it when it came out,
Yeah.
and kind of got to it late, but yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. It's not my favorite baseball movie of
Yeah.
all time. It's okay.
It's not horrible.
It's a little. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. It's just a little saccharine for me.
Yeah, it is very sappy. Yeah.
But I like the James Earl Jones character. I like the guys coming out of the corn, but the movie itself, meh. This is a baseball in a nutshell. It's today in 2012 that somebody by the name of Philip Humber threw the 21st perfect game in Major League history.
Humber.
Humber. I remember it. It was a day game. He was on the
way.
White Sox. It was against the Mariners. And it was like, wait, who threw a perfect? Perfect games are weird because, like, Sandy Koufax
You
has
can't
one.
have a fluky perfect game, can you?
But they're thrown by guys that are fluky. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't, like, that day, it's not a fluke. That
Right.
day, you're terrific.
When you're pitching, it cannot
But
be a fluke.
It's not like the perfect games all came from Steve Carlton and, Dwight Gooden. They
Right.
come from Philip Humber and Dallas Braden.
That's why they're so
perfect
shocking
games.
when they're happening.
21 in the history of baseball. That's not
Unbelievable.
very much.
Yep.
Jaden Iamaleva is officially headed to UCLA, a little lighter in the
leaving.
pockets, according to everything that I've read, too. So he did not get what he wanted from Tennessee. He is coming to UCLA, and by the time California is done taking a bite of everything he gets, he's going to make far less here than he would have.
You better go in the first round after all this. You better be the first pick in the draft after all this.
Why not? Little Super Crosstalk coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
You can learn a lot from elephants.
We can.
Ireland, do you have an elephant sound?
That wasn't very elephanty.
Yeah,
What's
what-
the key to doing that one? Your lips are closed?
Closed, yeah.
Yeah, I got to work on mine.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. It's Morongo's 20th anniversary. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a free 20th anniversary beer stein when you order a draft beer at any of our signature bars.
Number 2.
Big League gift giveaway. Get a large rubberized tote bag when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 29th.
And the number 1 reason.
We've got live music all weekend to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Morongo, good times.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Stay up to date with every playoff game with Lakers email sent straight to your inbox. Each email offers something different. Lakers pregame emails provide game day essentials before tip-off. from projected starters to game times. While Lakers Weekly emails give you exclusive Lakers content created exclusively for subscribers. Don't miss any of the action by signing up now at Lakers.com/emails. That's Lakers.com/emails. Let's go Lake Show.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo, woo, woo. Are you a Javier Bardem fan?
I am a Javier Bardem fan. Yes.
He was sitting at the table next to me on Saturday night.
Was Penelope Cruz there?
She was.
Yeah, he's a very large man, and she is
a big
tiny,
guy.
tiny woman.
I mean, he's not like huge, but he's not Tom Cruise either.
Because she's about 5 feet tall.
I believe waifish is the terminology.
Waifish? Yeah,
she's very, very.
Where were you?
Montecito.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
I overheard you said you played Sandpiper, right?
I did.
That's one of my favorite courses in the world.
I did.
That
1 in
place is
10,
great.
John. 1 in 10.
Yeah.
Little birdie action. It was great. So what do you want to sell me on?
Okay, so I want to sell you and DeMarco on something, but I'm guessing the toothpaste may be out of the tube and we can't put it back in. Over the weekend, again, I'm big that sporting events, no matter what they are, football games, basketball games, baseball games, are entertainment. It's an entertainment product. I think we unnecessarily stop the games all the time, and I want there to be flow. Aaron Judge hits a home run in Tampa. It's fair by 15 feet. They stop the game. They review it for 4 minutes. Foul ball. Mm-hmm. They miss the call. Mm-hmm. Dodger game 2 hours later ends in Texas. Great game. 1-0 Dodgers. Rangers get a runner on first in the 9th inning. Dodgers trying to close it out. Guy tries to steal second to get into scoring position. He is clearly safe. The umpire calls him out. Doesn't matter. Bochy says, go to the replay. It is indisputable evidence that this guy was safe. He takes his foot off the bag. Miguel Rojas has the ball in his glove.
Didn't hold the tag on the
Didn't hold the tag.
The on him. No,
he puts his foot back on the base, tags him. They review this again, this time for about 5 minutes. Mason and I have advocated for a long time now, get rid of replay. It does not work. Get rid of it. And the argument that people come back at us with is, well, it does make things better. I would argue it makes things worse. Is the position that we have, Mason and I, get rid of replay, trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. It'll just never happen. What do you think?
Well, I think the last thing you said is true, that once something's in, it's very difficult to get it out, if not impossible. I agree with your sentiment that it should be gone. I think that you leave it in with one small tweak. You get 30 seconds on the clock to review.
They won't do it.
But at least that mitigates what you're talking about. 4
their
minutes
argument
for Judge,
back,
5
their
minutes
argument
for
back
Rojas,
at you
that
is,
this is get it going.
Once you activate the replay, your only concern is get it right.
Okay, but
and my argument is you never get it right.
That's but why can't we change that? That if the idea is to get it right, if in 30 seconds you can't see it, you can't see it. Go with what was on the field and let's
Couldn't
move on.
agree with you more. DeMarco, do you think we could put replay back in the tube or no?
No. Not in.
Would you be in favor of it?
I'm a get the call right guy. I don't mind about the timing of the game or how long it takes. Just get the call right. And these guys are bigger, stronger, faster.
I would argue that DeMarco's position is the majority.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. It was, but I've said this before.
Baseball. This was two particularly egregious baseball calls. I can't think of the last baseball replay that was controversial at all.
No.
They tend to get them. It
do.
took them a long time to get
They
that.
do.
And by the way, I'd argue, too, that the play at second base, it did take some looking to figure out that he was safe.
He was safe.
Should have been safe.
I bet you if all four of us were in the replay center, we all would have come to the conclusion you have to overturn that call.
I would have. I thought so.
And I don't know if it's because they want to stick up for the umpire, which is the dumbest reason
that's
ever.
The dumbest thing in the world. The point of replay initially, and I think we've lost the plot on the whole thing. The point was fix glaring errors.
Mm-hmm.
That ball clearly went off of him. The other team got the
Trev,
ball.
I could give you examples
and that's not what we do anymore.
I know we're all Rams fans here, but back when Nickel Roby-Coleman rang that guy up.
I cannot believe
Okay.
this.
Clearly pass interference, a reviewable call.
Questionable.
After
Not at the time.
You
it
gotta
wasn't.
call it.
Yes, it was. They took it out. They took it out the next year.
They put it in the next
PI
year
was
and
not
then took it out the year after
PI
that.
was not
that was
reviewable.
that was the call that
was a
made
blown
it
call.
reviewable.
Okay, so that kicked it into
this.
this. I just think replay, the concept of if we replay everything, we'll get it right, is not true.
The game would take 9 hours and it still wouldn't be true.
Right.
Yeah.
It just and in the NBA, we're doing games, and Michael will say, "Oh, that's a flagrant one," and it'll take them 5 minutes, and they'll come back and they'll go flagrant one. In other words, Trev, install your 30-second thing and make Michael head a replay, and we'd all have 30-second replays.
Great.
But
it can't be that. It can't be as hard as they're making it. It can't be.
Well, I mean,
there's too many angles.
In the end, I mean, it did take a few looks to figure out that play at second base.
But they
still got it wrong.
And they still got it wrong at the end of the day. I've never been a fan of replay in baseball at all. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it matters. I think in the case of the NBA, that is so time consuming. That slows the game.
How many
For
times?
whatever reason, NBA games delay
This is an excellent.
so much
This is an
longer.
excellent point. How many times have you and I talked about, Mace? The last 3 minutes of a game will take 40 minutes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, all the time.
And it doesn't have to.
And it's the most dramatic part of the game, and you just want it to
The
flow,
two things
get
I
up
would
and
correct
down.
about the NBA right away is we shoot too many free throws. Nobody wants to watch people shoot free throws. And unnecessary stoppages for replay. Get rid of those two things, the game will have great flow. All the changes Baseball instituted 2 years ago made the game better. All of them.
Yes.
And so they're the sport that I think is most likely.
Oddly, they were the slowest to move.
Right.
They made the most good
They're
decisions.
because they've had such great success when they make rule changes. They're the ones that I would hope would lead the way on this and just say, you know what, replay takes too much time. We're done with it. Let's play ball. Michael had no replays in his entire career, and he was just fine.
Gosh, could you live with it if something could have been
100%.
Reviewed and it wasn't?
Or if you want to meet me in the middle.
Yeah.
So if you and I disagree on this, and we do.
Yeah.
How about this? No replays till the last 3 minutes of a game
I'm
ever.
with that too. That's fun.
Ever.
Yeah.
Any game. So for baseball, it'd be last inning. For football and basketball, last 3 minutes, you get reviews.
Although, I'll tell you one thing in football now is because they're getting rid of the guy. Well, I guess they still have guys with sticks, but they just don't mean anything.
Right.
They're
They're going to use the chip in the ball.
Chip in the ball
Right.
to help determine. Now, see,
You should have
that
done
to
2
me
years ago.
It's
about time.
Skips one aspect of replay is you're not going to have to worry. Although I guess you'll still have to worry about the spot, won't you?
No, because
the review for the spot.
The official spot where he spots it down. But you can go to the ball now. It depends on where he calls the ball down. It's still a judgment call.
But
where the
they'll,
knee hit
they'll
versus,
know where the ball is due to the chip, right?
But you might have to move it back depending on where the ball was. But he might have messed up the spot.
So the ball got to the 6-yard line, but they spotted on the 7. We got to
Right.
stop it to move it up.
Correct.
Yeah, it just replay to me just kills flow. Kills it.
The flow of all of this is bad. The flow of anything that stops the game for more than a second or two or 30 seconds, it's just...
The NBA has a rule called illegal defense where you have to guard a person, not an area. It's a stupid rule. They don't have it in international basketball. They don't have it in college. Just get rid of it. It stops the game for no reason.
I'll tell you what they should adopt from the international game is make 10-minute quarters.
Well, Adam Silver wants
to. Those games crank, and by the way, the game's like a 20-point lead becomes kind of a different animal with 8 minutes left in the game.
Adam Silver's with you.
Minutes.
He doesn't think he can sell it. Like J.J. Redick's against it. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do anything to the timing of the game.
Why not?
He says it's not broken. Don't fix something that isn't broken.
And plus, I mean, who cares? But it will change all the record books based on 12
okay, but
periods,
that's
all that
like
kind of
basketball is not driven by its numbers the way other sports are necessarily. And again, it's okay. We have two different eras. You have this era and that era.
And baseball is driven by the numbers. And we've had a couple of things like the steroid era ruined all the records, and now there's never going to be a starting pitcher that like 20-game winners are gone. Like there might be one.
Maybe. And
one year the
not.
Orioles had 4 20-game winners on the same staff.
Yeah, never see that.
But think about like movies, TV shows, sporting events. Is anybody ever going to think and say, I wish it would have gone longer? No. It's everything
Rarely.
should be shorter, right? A basketball game should be 2 hours. A baseball game should be 2:20. A football game should be 2:45.
So watch
a college football game should be.
Those are the worst things out there.
Keep it under 4.5.
Right.
It's an
Yankees Red Sox goes 4 hours every time they play. It's like,
stupid.
come on.
Stupid. How one game, like they got their butts kicked, whatever, keep it moving, or fundamental issues that we saw on Saturday night?
Both. I picked Lakers in 7. I still think it's Lakers in 7, but I won't say that if they lose tomorrow.
No.
They were not just beat, they were beaten up. Here's the most telling statistic from that game. The Timberwolves, and this happens a lot in the NBA, if a team gets hot from 3, they win. They shot 50% from 3. It was their best three-point shooting percentage all season. They were 21 of 42. And this is a little in the weeds, but you guys will find it interesting. Of those 42 threes, if you want to go second spectrum and dig deep into what was happening, 20, they classify these threes as wide open,
That's what I said.
open,
I've been saying it all day.
slightly covered, well covered.
Half of them were wide open, right?
Worse. All right. 42 threes. They made 21 of 42. 27 of the 42 wide open. 15 of the 42 open.
Kind of open.
0 covered or well covered. 0. So the Lakers obviously had a plan of, look, Minnesota's not a great three-point shooting team. Let's plug the middle up.
Let them shoot.
And let them shoot.
Not a good
I
strategy.
think they now have to throw that strategy
Well,
out the
who knew?
window. Single cover Ant-Man. He'll go off. He'll have 40, maybe
That's what they need to do, yes.
50 points, but do not
No one else.
attack the ball on defense.
Yeah.
Wherever the ball is, that's where you go. You don't sit back and say, I wonder if Jaden McDaniels can make a 3. I wonder if Naz Reid can make a 3.
9 and 12 between
I
those
think
two.
you know now.
Yeah, right. If you do it again, it's malpractice. So you know that doesn't work. So that's the first thing I would say about the game. The other thing, though, is offensively, the Lakers were Luka and nothing else.
Right.
They didn't move the ball. Austin Reeves was bad. LeBron wasn't great. The bench was outscored 42-13.
Yeah.
And the leading scorer on the bench was Dalton Knecht, who had 5 points in garbage time. So they got nothing off their bench. So they've got to correct a lot of things. I'm still sticking Lakers in 7, but I'm very curious how they're going to play tomorrow night.
I think this is a compliment, Mace. I'm not sure, but I think so. I didn't know that Austin Reeves could have a game like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I thought that he had raised the floor of his NBA game to a point where that was not really in the option tree. That he wasn't just had a bad night, he was bad, like full stop.
Yeah, he was bad. Shot selection, bad passes, turnover. I mean,
Turnovers,
he made a lot of mistakes in that game. And, this is the guy that was 22-5-5 since the All-Star break, and to see him turn out a performance like that was really, really surprising. I think all in all, it feels like the Lakers' offense is truncated. In other words, like you look at the beginning of that game and you look at what Luka was able to do. He had a great first quarter. Nobody else was really involved in that first quarter.
They only
it was
had
pretty
12
much
assists the whole game,
just
15
Luka.
maybe?
They were not moving the ball. The
Luka
way
had
they've been
one.
moving the ball.
One
assist
assist.
for Luka. And the other thing that was, I guess, a surprise is that Minnesota tried to D everybody up straight. They didn't double Luka. They didn't double LeBron. They let those guys, they played them straight up, and they were not able to do anything. So I just think it is a bad game. It is a long series though, so I'm not gonna freak out based on one game.
I will tomorrow. They lose tomorrow. I
if they
think
lose
we're in.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
You lose the first two games at home.
If you're down
You're in
0-2
trouble.
going on the road, you're kind of screwed.
You may know this. Has anybody ever lost the first two at home and won the series?
sure it's happened, right?
The Lakers. This is back when it was best of 5.
Okay.
Okay, they were the 8. Phoenix was the 1. Paul Westphal was the coach of the Suns. Randy Fund was the coach of the Lakers. And the Lakers win the first 2 games in Phoenix and lose the next 3. But in a 7-game series, it happens 8% of the time. 92% chance to win if you win the first 2 games, home or road. So if you win the first 2, you got a 92% chance to win it. And by the way, by winning the first game, Minnesota has like a 78% chance. But you got a better chance.
Yeah.
1-1. 0-2, you're in big trouble.
You said 77 twice. Let's go to replay. I'm just kidding.
Let's go to replay. No, we've gotten rid of replay.
Trav,
you got a speeding ticket?
I got a staring at my phone ticket.
His phone ticket.
They do those, huh?
Yes.
Well, apparently. I was coming home from Santa Barbara yesterday morning and was on the phone with my son.
Were you holding the phone?
No, I was talking through the speakerphone.
Okay.
And I ended the call. And just out of habit, when the call ended, I picked up my phone to look if I'd missed any texts. Right. And right as I picked
you
it up,
you don't have CarPlay.
I do.
He did.
It was just
he picked it up.
Bad
right
habit.
Yeah.
And so I'm driving the car like this. I pick the phone up out of the cup holder. Right as I look at it, out of the corner of my eye, the CHP on the motorcycle is right next to my car, and he looks at me and gives me this one, like,
really?
Like, and then not with the lights, like literally went like this, like we're going over to the side
scolding
of the road.
you.
And I tried the Ireland. He goes, I saw you look at your phone. I said, I know. I'm very sorry. I know it's not safe. I apologize. I was doing
I'm guilty.
I'm very sorry. I did. And he goes,
didn't. What did I tell you need to do that you didn't
ask
do?
To get off the hook. I thought it was implied. I didn't know that I had to explicitly ask.
Just
for
say,
it.
hey, I know you're just doing your job, so if you have to give me a ticket, I understand. But if there's any way you could give me a warning, I have a really good driving record. I'd love to keep it that way.
Yeah,
and most of the time they'll go, okay.
That's good
Because they're used to
Didn't
getting
do it for Trav.
No,
they're used to getting yelled at
that way.
Yeah. Did you try the? Here's my here's $100 bill.
The bribe?
No.
My driver's. Oh
no.
Where'd that? Oh, I dropped the $100 bill.
So I'll show you guys something real quick. So this is the wallet that I have. It's just just my money with my credit cards and stuff with a hair tie around it.
Yeah.
So he asked for my driver's license, and I pulled this out. And when I went to look for it, everything kind of fell out, including the money, because this stuff. So I had the money on the seat, and I'm looking for my driver's license, and I'm like, did that feel like I was trying to bribe this guy?
Maybe that did you in.
It's pretty quick.
Officer Ochoa was not having any of it. He wrote me the ticket.
Now, will you fight it? Will you take it all the way to the Supreme Court?
Somebody called in and said it's not a moving violation. It's just one of those you write it.
Fix it ticket.
Like it might be a fix-it ticket. Yeah. Yeah.
Boo. Come on, man.
Yeah, boo. What's the total on that?
I think it's a couple hundred.
Yeah. Just for looking at your phone.
For a fraction of a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's rough.
He got me.
Kick.
Guilty.
Yeah,
you did it.
I said Ireland told me I can get off if I just am very
You didn't
polite
ask.
to you.
You didn't ask to get off.
Supercross